Evening, Monday Night Football fans. My name is Scott Schertzen alongside Mr. Obie Spencer, and this is Streampunk Sports Monday Night Football reaction, rambling, and commentary as the Los Angeles Rams travel over to Arizona to take on the NFL best 10-2 Arizona Cardinals. This is going to be an uphill climb for the Rams, although the spread right now is only in favor of the Cardinals by 3. The problem is that Matt Stafford has a woeful 106 win percentage in his career against teams over 500 and has never once for his career beaten a team that's 5 games above 500. But history is replete with people doing things for the first time. Anyway, basically the kickoff is already underway, and at this point, let me turn it over to my amazing co-host with amazing hat, Mr. Obie Spencer.
Thank you for all that. So let me just get to my pick real quick, and then I'll talk about the game. I'm taking the Cardinals to cover the 3, and I'm going to go with the over at 51.
I don't know what that sound effect means.
Yeah, it was a tough call. I made my decision literally at that moment. Overall, I think the Cardinals are in good shape because the Rams are Omicroned up, so to speak. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly what's happening there, but they got a lot of COVID happening. Jalen Ramsey's out. They're starting running back. Henderson's out, so they're going with Michelle. They only have 2 cornerbacks on the actual roster, but they get but they get through with Aaron Donald on the first play. And one thing I'm gonna be looking for is Mighty Mouse. His first step, is it up into the pocket? Or is it sideways? He didn't get a chance to take a first step here as the defensive, as Donald bull rushed the lineman right into him. So, but something to keep an eye on. Is he stepped in or across the pocket? And is that a problem if he steps across and not into the pocket? I don't know.
And additionally, at this point, their problem is also with penalties. They got another false start here. They're already facing a 2nd and 21. Now, I need Kyler Murray to have a damn good performance if I'm going to have any shot in HFIL to be able to pull off a win here. So the odds are stacked against me as well. But again, replete with weird miracles happening. So
what is that word you spelled? Can you spell that again? Because I know you're not spelling the real word.
I'm not saying hell in this case. HFIL. When the censors for Dragon Ball, when Dragon Ball came over here to the States, they had to get rid of any omission to Christianity or hell or anything like that. So they changed hell into HFIL, which is short for Home for Infinite Losers. It's a running gag that I have for anybody to be like, I recognize that, so it's just my role.
Okay. Well, obviously I don't recognize it, but James Conner, he's running like a bat out of HFIL.
Yes. And he'll be gone when the morning comes, right? Just like Meatloaf. But unfortunately I was going to say right now, when it comes to the Cardinals, they're facing a 3rd down and 8. Kyler Murray's back, toss over the middle, and they will pick up the 1st down. So that's at least getting underway. Over to your former tight end, Mr. Zach Ertz. He has been a pretty good fit over there, and it's been a tough adjustment for him. But I know he's happy playing in Arizona now at this point. Certainly warmer this time of year.
It has been a long, long time since in football. The closest I can remember is Garoppolo. But it's been a long time since the guys wanted out because Obie and the team were like, yeah, it's probably about time for you to go. Let's put you someplace where you can have a great season. You can be excited about where you are. And the Eagles did him right. They definitely did. They put him in a place where he would be the starter, he could prosper, and he has a legit shot at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and it's good for him. You see, like I said, you see these feel-good stories about these guys who put their heart and soul and then end up with another team for a legit shot.
Yeah.
Murray back to pass, a little bit of time, throws it, screen, and it's going to pick up 4 or 5, but it's still going to set up another 3rd down. In this case, probably about 3rd down and 2, maybe 3. But so far, right now, 2 for 2 for Kyler Murray for a solid 20 yards. So he's on his way.
Yes, and again, that was a step to the right as opposed to up in the pocket. And this might be because he's short and the little screen pass.
And in this case, what do you define as short when it comes to a quarterback?
I believe Kyler Murray is actually my height. I mean, how tall is Kyler Murray? Is he like 5'8", 5'9"? Like Kyler Murray, I believe, is short.
pass over the middle, and another first down, this time to Hopkins, I think it's Hopkins, who's still on his feet. No. But irrespective, first down, Kyler Murray height. Let's see, how tall is that? He's 5'10", so he's my height. Just a hair maybe under mine, depending. But a pass to Green. So Kyler from Murray's putting up good numbers so far. 3 for 3 for 37 yards. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, so he is taller than me, but he's shorter than guys we consider short, like Russell Wilson. I mean, Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson do get up over the 6 foot mark.
Yeah. Broken play with a low snap. So it looked like Murray was initially going to basically take the run, but he just decided to throw it out of bounds. It's kind of hoping he was going to run that. But 5'10" is pretty short for a quarterback. A good quarterback height is like 6'3", 6'5".
Yeah, I mean, Breeze, who was a tiny quarterback, was 6 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yes,
he is. Phil Simms was 6 foot even, too. So,
yeah.
I don't know why the heck it's so dark. Mm-hmm. Can't figure out why my screen's so dark. But anyway, 2nd down and 10. He's back to pass, throws over the top, and that's just overthrown. We had a wide open Kirk right there. That would have been a first down and a couple extra yards on top of that. But it set them a 3rd down and 10.
I need a little Christian Kirk love.
Yeah.
Yes, I need Christian Kirk, AJ Green, and Van Jefferson to somehow make this happen without OBJ or Rondell Moore doing too much damage.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. We don't want Odell. He's throwing deep to the end zone, and I think that was Kirk who never turned around. It was underthrown. It wasn't a great pass, but it would have been enough to be able to. It would have been an easy 6 right there. I don't know. He threw off of his back leg, so that's probably one.
I was a little outside. On my version, he saw it. He just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, but it was a throw off the back leg there, which, like I said, it will immediately drop accuracy.
I think that's Green.
It was Green,
18.
Yeah. Matt Prater, by the way, 63 career field goals from 50 yards or longer, 53 yards, and that looks he looks like he's got it. I believe he was a long time Denver Bronco too, Matt Prater.
I think so. That would help get you those long field goals.
That would do, yeah. Longest punt in New York Giants history came from in Colorado, when Rodney Williams kicked a 90-yard punt on September 10th, 2001.
Must have been a heck of a game.
It was a Monday night game, and boy, he launched that thing. It was like 70 yards on the fly, and I loved Rodney Williams. It was an only year, as a punt. It was only a year with the Giants and the NFL in general, but he was so hit or miss. There would be some days where the man could boom a 60-yard punt, and the other days he boomed like a 20-yard punt.
Well,
but anyway, very quickly, 3-0.
Just like, I don't know if you're Arizona, how you feel about that drive. You had a wide open pass to Green, you missed. You had a tough pass to Kirk. You had some pressure on you. You got your 3, but you did not. You didn't do more, and I think you started out well, and then it went
south very quickly. So,
yeah,
that's the problem with something like that. So it was a good start. I was excited for Kyler Murray, and then, like I said, that last pass looked like trash. But again, it depends on what they can do, because Matt Stafford historically has never had good success against teams above 500, and that is going to be a massive problem come playoff time. Different team now, but still, it's a concern.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't
know. Based on my count, he had 21 of those 50-yarders in Denver to start his career from 2008 to 2013.
Yeah, but again,
not quite half.
What's that?
Not quite half.
But that's, like I said, that's Colorado is great that way. It's a great hitter's ballpark in baseball. Terrible pitcher's ballpark. Cue Mike Hampton on that one.
No, thank you. Actually, yes. Cue him. Screw him.
Oh God, yeah. Mike Hampton with Houston, and then 1 year with the Mets, which was okay and decent, and then he signs a monstrous contract with Colorado. His career tanked after that. Yeah, I think his ERA was like 5.63.
Yeah, that was a dub. He wanted to hit.
Yeah. But I was gonna say now it's also at this time of year where we're looking at Saturday football as well. Raiders, Browns, and then Pats, Bucks. Patriots are flying right now, seven straight wins, and they know how to win in any kind of circumstance there.
Yeah, they're gonna go to Indianapolis, and another one of these mediocre teams.
Yep,
You got to beat. No, they're not bad. They are in look. We find the AFC is finally starting to get its cream rising. It's taking a little bit longer than the NFC, but its cream is rising, and it's got an exciting middle layer. The NFC the same. I feel like the 49ers took a big step this week by winning while the football team
I didn't
lost.
see that one coming. I thought Joe Burrow was going to take that win.
Yeah, so did I.
By the way, the last 4 games for Matt Stafford, 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. So there is, again, some mild concern there, but see what happens there. You're killing us both with respect to the Cowboys here.
I got to give it to you there, Renee. They look miserable, but they won. And good teams win games when they play badly. And that's something that people aren't taking away. They're all just talking about how Dak looked poor, throwing 2 interceptions against a bad passing defense. But that defense that they had, somebody today said Micah Parsons is the new LT. Like, that is scary praise. And most people remember the old LT at this point. Now, it's funny. I did predict that the Cowboys would win that game 28-20, partly because of the fact that Dak has had such unbridled success against Washington. And he threw an interception that I remember, but it was still a good game for them anyway. It got them back on the winning side of things, expand that first place lead, and be able to kind of lock down an NFC East that maybe was going to basically be their lead to lose. But I think y'all scared. What do we got here? I think y'all scared. Look out soon. They'll beat the Cards. Yeah. You know what? Weirder things have happened. I did predict that listen, if you put a gun to my head and say which of those 2 teams, the Cowboys or the Cardinals, would it be more likely to go to the NFC Championship this year? I would have said the Cowboys. I don't think they'll go to the Super Bowl, but I think they would at least break their streak of like 26 years or something since the last time they were at the NFC Championship. Stafford back to pass, 3rd and 6 over the middle, and I think it's going to be ruled a catch. Slam dunk on that one. Yeah.
But go ahead.
I think the Cardinal this Cardinal team is so underappreciated.
They are, but I don't think they're ready yet. I think they're close, but they're not quite ready. I like what they're doing. I like their future. I love Kyler Murray, but I think the Cowboys are just a little bit of a stronger team for now. And it's not, like I said, I can predict them easily going to the NFC Championship this year.
Well, they do have one matchup left against each other in the regular season, which I believe is what Renee is referring to. So Miss Love will get her redemption or be saddened.
Keep in mind that you're talking to him being a Cowboys fan and me being a Giants fan. Both Eagles of which fan. Pretty much I'm sorry, what did I just say?
You said I was a Cowboy fan.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, an Eagles fan. My bad. Yeah, you're an Eagles fan. I'm a suffering Giants fan. So either way, basically, we're kind of screwed. NFC East is pretty much relatively weak, but I like what the Cowboys have done this season.
We're pretty much in mania.
Yeah. Yeah, there's talk about Gardner Minshew being traded out too. But I mean, Dak, I had some concerns about that injury last year. I thought back then he should have taken that contract, but it worked out in the end really well, and they have a quarterback for the future that I think has that intimidation factor.
Yeah, you know me, I was all for Dak holding out and just taking the I was on the opposite end. I thought Dak should get every cent he could, and he deserved it.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. One more thing. Is that running game's back together? And for the Cards, let's go number 7, Byron Murphy. Is he on the fantasy team, or are you just basically just something that you just like the guy? I'm just curious. Like I said, I need Kyler Murray to have a good game. I don't care how the points come. I just need that badly. But in your case, I don't know what you're feeling as far as Byron Murphy goes. But yeah, I'd be honestly shocked if the Cowboys, if the Cardinals lose this game. You know, historically, Matt Stafford has not done well against plus 500 teams. This is a division rivalry, and there's a lot to be said about what these teams can bring to the table. I like the Cardinals at home. So, oh, nice. Okay, so basically, all right. So you're in Arizona. So you're in Arizona, but you're a Cowboys fan. Yeah, all right. I'm not sure how much crap you get for that, but but respect anyway. Probably, I would say Arizona people are pretty chill about it. Here in the New York area, they yell at you, but for you guys, roll with it. So right now, yeah, I'm liking where things are going right now. That is a terrible green screen. They got some commercial for like some dealership here, a local dealership, and it's just, that was the worst green screen. I mean, like a third grade level green screen. Anyway, so your husband, your hubby's from Texas. So, all right. So Cowboy fan by marriage, I guess, but okay, good on that. Yep. Hey, listen, my wife became a Giants fan by default in this case. She will never give up her New York Mets fan loyalty though, ever. But at least she became a Giants fan and an NYCFC fan for me.
Well, it wasn't a lot to choose from on that soccer front. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, listen, you get, like I said, I get her press passes. I get her seats to games. It's like, of course you're gonna get fired up by that.
That's right. Dude,
I freaking love it. I'm so happy about that.
All right. So
Kyler Murray's back under center. So yeah, 32-yard line, quick handoff and pick up a quick almost 1 yard. So far, a little bit of a sluggish start. Sony Michel it's weird that he's over in LA now, but
he never. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. He was hit or miss.
New England takes its running backs, uses its running backs, and then moves them on to the next guy. Here's the missed AJ Green catch.
Yep. Yeah. No, say basically Murray going for the shotgun again, taking it back, holds, throws relatively deep and incomplete. So now at this point, after throwing a completion his first three passes, Kyler Murray is now 0 for 4 since. So it's setting up a 3rd down and 9. He's clearly going to have to pass again, but a little bit of a sluggish start here.
That was a bad pass. I mean, he had Hopkins. That was
open. It was definitely a technical pass by Hopkins, but he just
a little behind him.
Yeah, I don't know. He's throwing off the back leg. He's throwing like he's nervous a little bit. Maybe it's Monday Night Football energy.
Yeah, he didn't lead Hopkins enough there. Mm-hmm. He led Kirk too much. The pass to Green was to the wrong side of Green. So
that's a 1st down though to Hopkins. So redemption there picks up probably about 10 or 11.
If you keep throwing it, eventually you complete them, right?
Yeah. Well, you got Hopkins anyway.
Yeah. Wow. See, now that pass he throws under complete duress into actual good coverage, and Nook makes the play.
That was a great catch by Hopkins, though.
Yeah.
Leaping to stay in bounds.
He protects the ball with his body. It's so subtle. Boop.
Another handoff. And again, they can't get – Cardinals are having a hard time getting that running game going right now. I'm curious.
3 carries, 15 yards. That's 5 yards a carry. 4
carries. But it was a lot of that was one big run, too. I mean, it was a 13-yard pickup. And then since then – yeah, that's fair. But – one run initially that was phenomenal, and then just bubkiss since. But Murray back to pass, throws over the center, and picks up another 1st down. And Hopkins almost breaks a tackle, but picks up another 2 or 3. So I'm liking what basically it seems like he's rebounding relatively well.
Yeah,
they're controlling the ball. They're doing well in this case. And
this is a team that just needs to threaten to run. They don't need to run.
By the way, I go ahead. I'm sorry. I got a question for you when you're done.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the running game doesn't need to be successful. It just needs to be convincing enough that it's going to draw the linebackers up for a second to open up underneath stuff for this array of wide receivers.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said at the beginning of the show, I forgot it in this case, you said Arizona covers the spread, right?
Arizona wins by more than 3, and I honestly don't remember what I said for over under because I told you I decided literally at that moment. I think I went over, but
all right.
Please don't make me swear to it.
Nah, that's fine. Another screen pass, another 1st down. Picks up about 7 or 8 on that. I was going to say I would be shocked if the Cardinals lost this game.
So far, it doesn't look like
29-18. I'm going to go bizarre with this and go with some really obscure scores on this. So I'm going to say 29-18.
Okay.
We haven't had like really left field scores yet. Yesterday, 45-30 though.
Yes, to me.
Yeah. Kyler Murray with a pitch out, old style, and fumbles, and bad pitch out, too. Kirk was able to recover it, but that might actually count as a fumble in this case, too. It did hit the ground. But that pass go forward, maybe that was an incomplete pass. Nope. They're calling it a lateral for a 1 yard loss.
It was intended to be a lateral, so they're going to call it a lateral. But I do think that was actually forward. But so be it.
Yeah, right now Kyler Murray 7 for 11 for 74 yards, so a decent first quarter overall. But it's been very peaks and valley. First three, then fails and then picks up another 3, and another flag. Somebody commented on my new YouTube video. Let's see what they got. Let's see. I haven't commented in a while. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I like that. Makes me feel good. So.
All right. Cardinals will take 5 yards the easy way.
Exactly. Brings up a much more manageable second down and 6. 6:13 left. And again in field goal range. So at least you got something moving right there. And you're controlling the clock nicely. The 25.5 yard line. Murray back to pass. Scrambling a little bit. And a little screen pass. Picks up not much. Picks up maybe 2 or 3. But it could have been a lot worse.
Boom, 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 boom. Connor releases. Gets behind everybody, but not enough.
By the way, we're at State Farm Field. I wonder if there's an over and under. How many times we're going to see Jake from State Farm tonight?
Yes, there's an over and under.
Is there really?
But I would like to know the Aaron Rodgers to Pat Mahomes score in this game.
Wow. Brilliant one-handed catch. Oh, that keeps the drive alive. That was an amazing one-handed catch there. So, but yeah, good catch by Connor. You'll see it in a second, but
yeah, Connor couldn't do these sort of things for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but James Conner with a nice pickup. So far, he's out for a good game too. Like 15, 18 yards rushing.
So here's where I wish more teams at this point inside the 5 would go ahead and run this play on first down. We'll see what the Cardinals choose to do.
Yeah, feel free to play action play. Kyler Murray, if he wants to run it in, I'm happy with that also. I don't care. I'll take whatever points I can get. 94 yards so far. So he's almost at 4 points fantasy. Low snap. Connor he picks up 1 or 2, but he's out of bounds. They're doing a lot of pitch out work. This kind of reminds me of watching Army football games.
No, we just had the Army-Navy game.
We did, yes. And Navy won that one too.
Yes.
Navy, I think, has a long history of not winning those games. I should get back to those games too. I was a kid. I used to go to the Army-Navy game all the time, especially when it was at Giant Stadium. 4:09 remaining.
Whew. Yeah. Oh, they're showing a whole set of clips of Connor's one-handed grabs.
Yeah, I know. It's really impressive.
Apparently, it's a skill set he's got.
And I just took my eyes off to see a spam email, and what the hell just happened? Okay, good job, Carolina. Goddamn Cardinals. Shit.
Ooh. Yep. Big interception. Nope. Kyler Murray.
Yep. No, I didn't need those fantasy points. Thank you. I need those, That's, like I said, that's how you get a team back into this right now.
Well, yeah.
See, the problem was that pass was so easily picked off. That's a rookie mistake in a big way there, but that gives you had the chance to really put pressure on Los Angeles right there, especially after that 3 and out. And now you've given them a new life. You may not get any points here by the end of the first quarter, but you've given that team a new level of energy.
Well, now it's yes. Can the offense capitalize? That offense that has Stafford's 0 for 2. Sony Michel's got 1 rushing yard for 1 attempt for 4 carries. So they got the 3 and out the first time around. Can they duplicate that again the second time around?
Yeah. But again, I mean, in Stafford, I guess you trust, but the good news, such as it is that the Cardinals have been able to maintain possession of this ball for a good chunk of the first quarter. So that could, in theory, tire out that defense a little bit going forward. But by God, that is the worst interception you could have thrown right there.
Yeah. And then he dangers himself by going for the tackle, but just sliding on the ground like, I'm coming.
And by the way, yeah, they're probably going to be doing a lot for the American Underdog, the Kurt Warner movie.
All right, so I ask you a question.
Answer me. I'll answer your question.
You think of that team, other than Kurt Warner, name 3 players on that team.
3 players. Well, Marshall Faulk, I think, was the team, right?
Absolutely.
Isaac Bruce.
Okay.
Ricky Prohl.
That's who I named.
Okay.
Name one more guy.
Took me a minute to get that third one, though.
Name the next receiver on that team.
Oh, forget it. I'm toast on that one.
Torrey Holt.
What's that?
Terry Holt.
Terry Holt, yes. Okay, good point.
Why is Holt a character in the movie, but Isaac Bruce isn't?
I don't know. Yeah.
I saw that. I saw the list of characters. Like, wait, who's playing Isaac Bruce? Nobody. There's no Torrey Holt.
Yeah, we looked at that earlier.
Yeah.
American Underdog.
So Adam Baldwin's playing Torrey Holt. Some guy who chose to keep the name O.J. Simpson with another name in there.
Yeah.
Playing,
Keith Simpson is playing Marshall Faulk.
Is playing Marshall Faulk.
Bruce McGill is playing Jim Faulk. McGill plays an asshole in pretty much everything he does.
Yeah.
You might remember him actually as the cop from My Cousin Vinny way back.
Or I can't remember the character's name, but he was also in Animal House.
Yes.
He was a lunatic in Animal House, which is
he always plays the same kind of thing every single movie all the way through. So, but yeah, we got who else is in that? We got Dennis Quaid, who goes as Dick Vermeil.
Yeah.
Anna Paquin, we talked about that. Zach Levy, who is how do I know that name? If I know that name.
Zach Levy is the star. He's from Shazam and Chuck.
Okay. Oh, Chuck. That's why I know the name. Yes.
And he brought along his buddy from Chuck, Adam Baldwin, to play Torrey Holt. The non-Baldwin Baldwin. The non-Baldwin brother Baldwin.
Well, there's like 78 Baldwin brothers. There's like, there's Billy Baldwin and a few others along the way too. Adam Baldwin.
Yeah.
No, Adam Baldwin, no.
Adam Baldwin is not a brother. He's the one who's in this movie, not a brother.
Yeah. No, Adam Baldwin is the one from Firefly.
Yes, Firefly and Chuck.
And Chuck, and also additionally Independence Day too.
Yes.
Because he was like
both
the lieutenant colonel.
Days. I think he was in Independence Day 2 also. Like his character may have come back for that.
I kind of don't really remember that movie.
I don't think I even saw the movie. I think I just know his character came back.
I will say this though. By the way, it's midfield right now. Stafford hands the ball off down to the Carolina, or God, I keep saying Carolina, the Cardinals 47-yard line. I remember, Adam Baldwin, Firefly. I will say Independence Day 2, I like the fact that they brought back posthumously Robert Loggia. He had already passed away by that point, but they were able to digitally put him in a wheelchair and age him out like 25 years. So I like the fact that they brought him back. Having met Robert Loggia, having actually technically worked with Robert Loggia a few times, I hated how his career ended. So I'd like to see at least an Independence Day 2 on an IMDb credit for the man. So Stafford with a rollout right now. Still rolling out and throws it. I think it's complete for, again, 0 yards in this case here. But by the end, Robert Loggia made some really, really crap films, low-end horror things. And it's like, this was the guy that danced on the keyboard with Tom Hanks in Big. I don't want to see him getting his brain pulled out of his head. So I respect Independence Day 2 for at least throwing him into that.
For what it's worth, I do recall now having seen it and what the plot was.
Yeah.
Oh, no. As a matter of fact, no.
There were sequels that were never made for that movie too. Will Smith is like, I'm not touching this movie.
As a matter of fact, as I think of that, I just realized that was actually the sequel to the Kaiju movie.
Okay.
The Robots versus Kaiju movie.
Really? Okay.
Well, if I remember the name, I'll get back to it. Pacific Rim.
Okay. Yes. Matt Stafford, by the way, with the completion to Cooper Kupp.
Thank goodness for getting us off of this conversation back to the game. Well played.
That's okay. Like I said, I just have a thing because, like I said, it was a really cool time to actually meet and work with Robert Loggia all those years ago, given the long pedigree that he had between Scarface, Independence Day, and everything else. And it was just like, oh my God, we were in this terrible horror film together. I feel so bad.
And of course, I'm Robert Loggia.
Robert Loggia. R as in Robert. Robert Loggia. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Loggia. But 39-yard line, first down and 10. Stafford back, throws it over the top, and the completion and first down to Kupp. Another first down. And now they are in field goal range. So respect to the Rams for making things happen, and respect to Matt Stafford for being off to a solid start. I like what he's been able to do.
He's really taken nice tackle out of bounds.
Yeah. First and
Cooper Kupp having a heck of a season, as they're showing now statistically.
Now, basically, when that screen comes, I know you're a couple seconds behind. When they're showing Cooper Kupp's numbers right there, let me know if that screen was actually moving around, or that was just my head that was showing that.
No, it's moving around.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was looking at this and like,
and had you asked me the question too without the explanation, I'd be like, no, it's not. Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking at that. It's like, no, it's not my brain right now. Good. But so far, not a bad start to this game. I'm a little pissed off at Kyler Murray. I named my fantasy team after you, by the way, bud. So that interception doesn't make me happy. My fantasy team is Cobra Kyler, and also in honor of Cobra Kai's season 4 coming out this month.
I got the connection. You got the Kyler Murray and the Cobra Kai.
I'm going back and watching Cobra Kai right now, and honestly, I forgot how awesome the show was. Yeah. But irrespective, like I said, Kyler Murray, with the exception of that, is 9 for 14 with 94 yards. Hasn't run the ball really yet, though, curiously enough.
He might be a little banged up still.
Could be. They might be trying to limit the amount of running he ends up doing. The stats overall, though, have been mostly in favor of the Cardinals, 6-3 in first downs, total yards 104 to 44, passing 80-37, and then time of possession, that's the big one, 10 minutes to just under 5. So far it has largely been in the Cardinals' favor. And this game, again, should be 10-0, at the very least 6-0. But so far it's been a relatively quick quarter at this point as well. So we're actually already at the end of the first. I, of course, said that last night, and that game went almost 3.5 hours. So
yeah, that game. When I left last night's game, I was like, wow, this is flying. Like, that was exactly. I mean, I wasn't Scott said it's a fast game again. I was like, I said I was going to leave at the end of the first quarter, and I'm leaving. I left that game by 8:30. I think, our guest was just expected to arrive by 8:30. I left the game. They hadn't arrived yet.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Now, they didn't get here on time, but yeah, it was quick.
Me and Brandon handled it. It was not an issue in any stretch. I don't know if you happen to see our guest that showed up, though, for last night.
I was involved. I talked to our Australian friend.
The other guest. Brandon's cat was all over him last night. I saw more cat ass last night, and I own a cat, but I saw more cat ass last night than I see in like a month in this house.
I would just like to dial that back for a second. When you said Brandon and I handled it, it was just so everyone watching knows, it's an intentional choice. We've decided to try to keep the show to 2 people. Maybe we'll have guests come in and out, but we're trying to work 2 as a rule of thumb. So it wasn't like I just abandoned Scott for some guests coming to my house. That person was
screw that guy. Always 2 there are, no more, no less.
I was prepared to leave the guests alone, but when we decided that, that's Sony Michel pounding a run.
Mm-hmm.
When we decided to go try the 2 as a rule of thumb, I was like, all right. But yes, I did see the cat. We had a very active Twitch last night.
Very active, very noisy cat. Yeah, it was great. But right now the Rams are in just a hair inside the 10-yard line for the Cardinals. First down and 10. They've got a really good chance to be able to start making something happen here. Another pitch out to Michel. He took a hit, kept going, but he's going to lose about a yard on this. So he's been a little hit or miss himself in this case. But
so this is when you wish you had Tyler Higbee. This is when Tyler Higbee not being in is really going to get you.
Yeah. But Sony Michel is not a bad choice in his own right anyway.
No, he's not. But I mean, he's not a guy who's going to catch the ball in the end zone, in the red zone here.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, you have OBJ, Cooper Kupp. But it'd be nice to have a big body tight end right now.
Sure. But second down and 10 now at the 10-yard line.
Ooh, look at Cooper.
Stafford back in the shotgun. Takes it back, throws over the top. Kupp picks up maybe 7, so it's going to set up a third down. Yeah, third down and goal to go at the 2-yard line. I would, in this case, I would still hand the ball off to Sony Michel. Why not?
You don't have a big body. I think you're going to try to get to Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson. Whoa, somebody's fantasy. Somebody pushing a fantasy team.
Odell is now in the lineup too, by the way. So he hasn't been targeted yet.
He has a catch.
Does he now?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. 1 catch for 5 yards. So, but over the top, over the middle, and first touchdown of the game. And hey, who is that to? Of course, it's Odell Beckham Jr. That's what I don't need on my fantasy team right now. We just both talked about this. Yeah. Do you guys? Yeah. So, you know what? Respect to Matt Stafford. Respect to to Odell on that. And
3 games in a row. First time since he was a New York Giant.
Yeah. You know what? You got to admit, when we talked about this like a month ago about where he's going to go and what's going to happen, LA was, I think, one of the possible choices because it's a good environment. It's a strong playoff potential team. And it's that LA vibe. He's not getting the New York City vibe, but I think the LA vibe is a decent second choice.
You know what? It's a very different big city vibe.
Yes.
I've never been
California
there.
big city vibe.
You're right. I've never been there, but I get the sense it's not New York, but it's still big city. Whereas like when you go to some other places, you're like, this doesn't feel very big city or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, no, in LA, basically it's the largest city in the country, I think, but the population per square mile is a lot smaller.
Right. That makes sense.
Population density. Yeah, because Manhattan is literally 70,000 people per square mile. LA is 7,000. My town here in Lodi is 10,000. So by comparison, LA and LA County and the rest of it has a smaller population per square mile than my suburban town here in New Jersey. So that says a lot right there.
So in a game I'm probably not going to win because I'm just down by a tremendous amount. I have OBJ and another guy's got Hopkins. So I thought you were
hoping he had a bad game. So
what?
I thought you were hoping he had a bad game.
Yeah, so I'm against him in 1 league. I'm in 5 leagues. I'm in 2 leagues where if I win, I have a possibility of getting into the playoffs. And then the 3rd league, that the game is undecided. Win or lose, I get the 2nd seed. So whatever.
Right now, I'm 26 points behind, so I need Kyler Murray to immediately have a 90-yard touchdown run. That'll help cut into the deficit at least a little bit. There's a commercial right now. Basically, I don't know what it is. What's for some gaming or something, but it referred to the 2042 MVP of the Super Bowl right there. Oh, Battlefield 2042. Yeah, the MVP of the NFL in 2042 is Tom Brady. Yeah. That sounds about right. Got a commercial for Sean McVay, who is ridiculously younger than both of us here. So.
Yeah, everyone's that he doesn't count.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the guy Sean McVay is like 33 years old. When I was 33, what the hell was I doing in my life?
I was raising children. That
was 2008. Yeah, let's leave that one out for another time. So anyway, it's 7-3. Los Angeles right now. The Rams are about ready to kick the ball off. Arizona, after that tip interception, obviously is behind the 8 ball a little bit right now. And the kick's going to go into the end zone, and the Cardinals will take it out at the 25. Yeah. But good pass over the middle to Odell.
Yeah, just slipped him right in there. Boop, boom.
Yeah. Odell, yeah. He's got they're showing a picture. He's got a tat here, but it goes right down the finger. I don't know what he has on there, on the ring finger. I know he's got a kid on the way too. His first kid's on the way. Maybe it's something about that.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of ink.
Yeah, a lot of ink. But quick 4-yard loss for the Cardinals right there. Setting up a third down in about 13, maybe 14. 12 and a half minutes left to play in the half now. So again, clock moving relatively quickly. Second down and 12, they're calling it. So far, not the start that the Cardinals were expecting at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were got to be disappointed in the first drive now, especially. I mean, they were already a little unhappy, but now you're
and
laughing.
now even worse now with Kyler Murray not taking a full Brett Favre level, stray hand sack, but I don't know if he didn't slip, but I think
he gave, I think gave himself, I think at full level, but I think he just didn't think he had anywhere to go.
Yeah. So he just protects the football. Darnold it was all over that.
Yeah, he just took the right move because he didn't have anywhere to go around the end. He'd already seen that. Yeah, that was intentional. That was just
Darnold already with 2 sacks at this point, and now it's a third down and 23.
That was definitely a don't hurt me sack. I don't blame him though.
There's a flag on the play, but I don't say was it Kirk? No, they're trying to debate. It was green. It was green. They're trying to debate whether or not that was actually a completed pass or not for a first down. But it'd probably be called back anyway for a false start, I'm thinking.
I don't think it was a false start. Definitely
offsides on the offsetting penalties, holding on the offense and offsides on the defense. So repeat third down.
That's dumb. That is a dumb offsetting penalty.
Yeah.
I held him because he was offsides. Like once the team is offsides, the offensive line is gonna hold.
Yeah. But in this case, it sets up a third down and 23 again. Good pass though by Murray, but it shows they're clearly going to go for it and not run the ball and just punt. And
I definitely think that there's some penalties that should be offsetting, some that shouldn't. An offensive line now, if a wide receiver holds after the catch, that's different. But
you
held because the other guy was offsides.
Murray scrambles a little bit, picks up maybe about 4 or 5, maybe 6 on that, but it sets up a fourth down, and they're going to have to punt here.
He was caught from behind by a big fat man.
He was already under pressure. If he didn't scramble, that could have been a safety too.
Yeah. Well, maybe he wasn't caught from behind. He was caught from boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, he picks up 8 on it.
Looked to step up, did not. No, the guy definitely caught him from behind. Now he had to do some juking, but the man definitely caught him from behind.
Decent punt, fair catch called at the 30-yard line. So the Rams take over again with a chance to make it a 14-3 lead, depending when we come back from the break. So far, Matt Stafford's at 7 for 9 for 47 yards with a touchdown. And Sonny Michel's been pretty solid in his own right, 4 rushes for 25 yards. So, and now it's time for commercials. As always, you can contact us through Stream Punk Sports at Twitter, at Twitch, at Facebook, at YouTube, pretty much anywhere. Stream Punk Sports, with the exception of Twitter, which is in fact Stream Punk Sport, without the S because they only allow 13 or 15 characters. So,
but if you recognize a little logo, I almost called it a yogo, down in the bottom right. If once you start especially in Twitter, once you start typing, you will see that logo, and you can just connect at that point. So
that's the power of autofill.
It's all good.
Yeah. So with the benefit and the power of autofill, it's easy to find us. Stream Punk Sports, Stream Punk Sport, and of course now, as we're building it, Stream Punk Entertainment. So we got the domain set up. We got things rolling at that point. I am like they keep plugging the snot out of the new Matrix movie. On one hand, I am so jacked for this, but on the other hand, I'm shocked that my wife has never seen any of them.
I am jacked for it because I think I'm going to make the personal choice now as things have sort of changed this week of not going to see Spider-Man in the theaters, but
Okay.
I'll be able to see Matrix and HBO Max. Thank you very much.
Dude, it's the freaking future. I always thought that was going to be the right way to go about it, because you can pause it at any point. The trailer for the new Harry Potter prequel, Fantastic Beasts, that just came out. So that one is also HBO Max. And like I said, when you got a 2.5 hour, 3 hour movie, my bladder can't hold that long anymore.
I have a process, and that it was a problem when my kids were little, but they knew the process. And eventually, when we go into the theater, take our seats, I'd pee. As soon as we sat down, then as soon as the first trailer started, I'd go again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the
plan.
plan.
Everything you've got.
That was it. Like, that was my plan. I'm like, okay, that's how we're going to do it. So, yeah.
I remember I made the mistake with the first Fantastic Beasts movies as LA takes over the ball at their own 29-yard line. I was about 2/3 of the way through that movie, and that soda just hit me. And I'm like, it was the fastest pee I think I've ever taken in my life. Great run, by the way. Michelle picks up a first down on that. So it picks up 11 yards. So that running game is off to a darn good start at this point. But yeah,
they are definitely the more physical team right now.
Yeah. Maybe there was something when Booger McFarland, it was funny with ESPN, Booger McFarland was the only one to actually say that that LA would win this game. Throw deep and incomplete and bounced off of Carolina. I'm going to start charging myself $5 every time I say Carolina.
Where do you think that this faux pas is coming from? Are you thinking Cardinals turning into Carolina, or how are you thinking Arizona is becoming Carolina?
Because they both start with 3 letters.
Oh, as opposed, right.
Yeah. So in this case, my brain being as strange as it is in this case, and we can get into that one another time at some point. In this case, I keep saying Carolina when I keep trying to say Cardinals. So,
okay, so it's Cardinals, Carolina. That's fine.
Yeah, no, it's a CAR thing in this case.
Okay,
so.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that was the thing. You
move the team to Carolina, make my life easier.
Start calling them from where they're from, Arizona. Focus on calling them the Arizona. Don't worry about the team name.
That would work too. Yeah, Arizona would probably work. Screen pass picked up a couple yards, but there's flags all over, so we'll have to see what ends up happening there. Josh Allen is right now day-to-day with a foot sprain. Pass interference on the offense. Immediately the flag went out. Bruce Arians unsure about Antonio Brown's future after everything that's happened there. Finally dropped him from my fantasy team.
And right. You got one of them right, one of them wrong on that team.
Yeah, God, if I yada yada dropped, kept Antonio Brown, dropped Gronk. Whoops.
Yeah.
So,
coaches.
But anyway, it sets up a second down and 20 here.
To stay on the football theme, coaches are a lot less tolerable than they used to be. Tolerant than they used to be. Antonio Brown got a second chance because Tom Brady liked him. Mm-hmm. But then he messed up, and I guess Aaron said he gets one shot.
And here's the curious thing about that. Like you said, there's a lot, much lower tolerance. So you have to wonder even if Michael Irvin would have survived in today's NFL, given what he had to deal with.
Yeah.
But it was a good shot. It was a respectable shot. And I think even Tom Brady was like, I gave him my shot, but win first. I don't need the distraction. Stafford basically with a lot of time over the middle, pass and complete to about the 40, 41 yard line to Odell Beckham. And my game is done. I'm toast. But yeah, I mean, even with everything that happened, Tampa does not need Antonio Brown. They don't need his numbers. He is frankly very replaceable.
They didn't need him last year. I thought that I can't remember the guy's name, but they had a little guy, literally a little guy who was doing quite well from Minnie, I don't even, Scotty.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, he's easily replaceable with everybody else. That is a stronger team. I know, that late hit on Stafford. He's easily replaceable in this lineup.
Yeah.
This team is stronger than it was last year too. So anyway, 8:06 remaining at this point. Rams take their first time out, but they are now inside Cardinal territory, Arizona territory, and pushing again. And Burger King keeps plugging the Italian chicken sandwich, and that is killing me right there. There's a burger. I never go to it, but there's a Burger King like a half a mile from my house.
I got a Burger King nearby. So I moved to where I live almost 20 years ago. But after living here for like 5 years, I moved again like a mile.
Okay.
In that move, it went from Burger King being the closest fast food joint. It still is the closest fast food joint, but I never go to where that Burger King is anymore. I go in the other direction. I just that little move across one major street will change a whole lot of your life.
It really will, because in this case, it's all about what's convenient.
Yeah.
You know, if we move down the block, suddenly the pizza place that's 50 yards from my house is no longer an option, because, you know, it's too far if you move a mile away.
Well, you know, there are other pizza places. In my case, it was the grocery store is really what changed. It was like, came out of the old place, you made the boom. Now it's like, I would have to go there. And now the other grocery store is right over there. So now everything's right.
We would still go to,
didn't change.
We would still go to Aldi at this point. It wouldn't matter. You know, we would still continue to hit Aldi anyway, because God bless that place. It's freaking awesome. Let me move that a little bit.
I got we just got stuff all around. I don't know why, but yes. And it's funny. My favorite Aldi we never go to because it's so inconvenient to get to. We have this one Aldi that has an extra 200 square feet, but not an extra aisle. So it's this huge building that they got, but it's the same number of aisles as every other Aldi. And you know,
are the aisles just wider then?
The aisles are just wider. I love it. It's you get three cart width on this Aldi. I love it.
My father finally went to an Aldi in Ramsey. They opened one up there, and I was like, you know, so what's it like? He's like, I couldn't believe how wide the aisles were. And I said, yep.
Yeah, and this is even wider. Like this is a super wide Aldi aisle. It's like unbelievable.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been on him for years to be like, you need to go, because our hometown has a farmer's market now. So the main supermarket is gone. They put in a farmer's market. It's expensive as hell. So the Aldi is the better option. Anyway, first down and 10 at this point, 41-yard line.
Okay, game's back on.
Yeah, the game.
Anyone who was paying attention, there was no game. We were not that far off. We are going to do better to focus on the game.
It was a commercial break, so yeah. So we're trying to bring down some of the rambling to like between commercial breaks and maybe halftime. But Sony Michel right now 6 rushes for 48 yards. And, so he's off to a solid start. No catches though.
And a bruising style of running. He's
yes,
and not just. Physical running he's brought to the table.
Yep, incomplete pass, thrown to the feet. Now they're at about the 37-yard line at this point. So if it ends up being 4th down and 6, I would say go for it at 37 unless you believe your kicker can nail a 54-yarder. I mean, I would do maybe even like 2 runs depending. You know, give it to Sony Michel twice because he's off to a really good start.
There you go. And that's the thing, right? That's the one thing I think still
chip away at the 6.
What was that?
Chip away at the 6 yards over 2 plays.
Yeah. I think a lot of coaches do not look at 3rd down and think about 4th down enough.
Fair.
So, and then they get to 4th down and decide, as opposed to this is 4 down territory. Let me handle this like 4 downs.
And now it is, because basically there was pressure on, there's a flag, so we'll have to see what happens. But there's a pressure on Stafford. He threw the ball over the top and Michel couldn't bring it down. Ineligible man downfield on the offense. They're declining the penalty. Okay, so it's bringing up a 4th down and 6. I would almost wonder if you'd want to take that penalty. Send him back 10 yards, make it a 3rd down and 16, but definitely take him out of field goal range. Be curious to see what they end up doing here. But again, a 4th down and 6 at the 37-yard line. Yeah, I'd say go for it, unless you believe your kicker can nail the 54-yarder.
Yeah. Well, Prater is on Arizona.
Yeah. So in this case, it's a 55-yard. Matt Gay, who's 23 for 24 in the season, which is solid. But this will be his longest of the season at 55 yards. And snap, kick, underway, and he got it. Probably with about 8-9 yards left on that. So made it look relatively easy. So 55-yarder.
Glad we can talk about Matt Gay. I have been waiting all season to talk about Matt Gay. my oldest son, who I'm not allowed to talk about on the internet, but I'm going to anyway. He entered his first fantasy football league.
Nice.
He is a theater student. This is important to the story because many of his friends are, as you would stereotypically might expect, somewhere in the LGBTQ community. And one of those gentlemen, it was his first time playing fantasy football as well, and his first pick of the draft. He had the number 1 pick in the draft, and he picked Matt Gay.
You know, it's funny. My wife has always talked about like picking players based on color and everything like that. I've never considered picking players on a fantasy league based on sexual orientation. But you know what? Not a bad kicker there, so.
Yeah, no. His team didn't do well, by the way, that gentleman's team. So.
But but you know what? Like I said, the man's 24 for 25 for the season. So, and again, now set a personal high for the season at 55 yards. So, respect to that. But again, the Rams are up, 10-3. So, they're off to 10 unanswered points at this point. So,
well, look, I think they are impressing me. They are totally impressing me. The biggest impressing thing about them, and I wouldn't say it's shocking, it's just impressive. It's just how good Aaron Donald still is. He has basically been this game. He has put his stamp on this game. He's controlling the defensive line, making everything a nightmare for Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And, first play was a sack. So we're going to see if Cliff Kingsbury can come up with a plan that's going to nullify Aaron Donald, because I don't think the players are going to suddenly just stop, be able to handle him. And
that's the big difference. Kyler Murray's been sacked twice now for 17 yards, and Stafford has not been sacked yet. And I don't think he's ever even had any level of pressure either. Thursday, by the way, we will be back since they're mentioning it right here. Kansas City Chiefs are visiting the LA Chargers, so we got another AFC West showdown for that setup.
So Chiefs, I'm going to be honest with you, Scott. I hope one of our other guys is on for that show instead of me, so I can watch that game on my big TV and enjoy me some Herbert.
You know what? The kid's off to a good start. As a Giants fan, I watched him torch my team yesterday.
Ooh, he torches what he does with that football, the way he spins it now, it's just fun to watch.
By the way, they're doing ESPN bad rendition of although actually that's really awesome. Rendition of Tecmo Bowl right there. And they're matching it perfectly right there.
Oh yeah. Is this so?
Oh dude, I'm loving it. Kids today are going to be like, I have no idea what the hell a Tecmo Bowl is. But us old farts were like, that's great.
Oh no, they do. They put Tecmo Bowl on one of those mini NESs that they.
I have one over here.
Yeah.
JT got me one for my birthday like 3 years ago. So and picking up, got the first down. Respect to Connor on that. Picked up, initially it was going to be a loss, but turned it into a first down. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. That's keep us on the game. But yeah, my kid got one, and so first thing we did was we played some Mortal Kombat. The only guy I remembered how to use was Raiden. Whooped him on with some Raiden, and then we went to Tecmo Bowl, and he let me pick LA, and boy, I told him I'm only going to call the running plays. You got 50-50 chance of guessing which one. It does. If you recall, you could call the Bo Jackson play.
Bo Jackson or Marcus Allen. Either way, it was great. But yeah. When something's parodied literally on Family Guy, it's basically it's noteworthy.
Yeah.
But Mortal Kombat, I don't remember. I remember Raiden's fatality from the first one, but I forget how to do it. I remember how to do Sub-Zero. I remember how to do Scorpion. Rest I can't really remember. Kyler Murray back over center, throws it deep, and that is a completion. So that is a huge, huge pickup right there.
To anyone but Hopkins.
It's not Hopkins, no worries. So, but now he's basically at 144 yards. Granted, he's got the interception, but that pass for Kirk was probably about 30-some yards right there.
Oh, baby.
So 12 for 17 for 143 yards. So he's starting to recoup some of my lost fantasy points with that interception. but now they're at the 22-yard line. So if he wants to run it in right now for a touchdown, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get here. Quick handoff to. It's not Connor.
We still have life.
Clock is running right now. It's 5:26 left. The Rams are up 10-3, and they do get the ball to start the second half as well.
Oh, if I only then now I'm doing the who could have I started instead part of my day. And it was a guy I was questionable. I didn't start him. Goes for 111 yards, 24 rushing attempts, and 2 touchdowns in Melvin Gordon. So, well, that's the life of fantasy football.
Indeed, Murray with the rollout throws over the center and picks up another completion. Don't worry, it's not him. So, all right. So basically, first down and goal to go. The Cardinals are picking this back up again, starting to basically they got a good chance to be able to tie this game with by the time actually if they get the ball in the end zone with maybe about 3 or 4 minutes left, giving Matt Stafford and entourage a good chance to be able to start making some stuff happen with 2 timeouts remaining. So we got 4:19 left. Slight degree of disarray right now. And Murray with a shotgun pass top and tipped and incomplete. So it brings up a second down here. Again, he's not running the ball that much. So he could still be not be 100% at this point.
That play was, I mean, I don't know what Murray's he's given his size. I don't know how often he ran. He would run it when he was in this part of the field.
Again, they were showing the scores in the back. So the Cowboys 27, football team 20. Can we just change that to Washington? My God.
No, it's football. Just the guy who spent the whole year covering NYFC.
Listen, that's different. That's what the team name is. But you don't call a team soccer team. It is still NYCFC. It's not soccer team.
It's WTF. Field club, soccer team. Field
like
club.
I said, you call them Washington, that's fine. But when it shows Cowboys versus football team, it's like, really? Can you be more generic on this?
I love it, and I'm getting better and better at saying it, so please don't change.
Well, one of my choices was gone. Kyler Murray over center, and that might be a touchdown. Depends on what. Nope, they're rolling it about the 1 yard line. So it was. I don't think it's going to be rolled a touchdown here. It looks like it's going to be 4th down and about 1. Nope, Ertz was about a half a yard short, not even. So 4th down and 1.
Go slow. I don't see why you're trying to go fast here, Murray.
So 27 conversions on 4th down since 2020, 3rd best in the NFL. Kyler Murray's got it. Please, by all means, just do a quarterback sneak. Get me my points. I mean, get a touchdown. So handoff to Connor, who does get the 6. So there's a touchdown there. And this game is on the verge of being tied.
Exciting game now.
Yes.
Oh. Nice run.
Yep. He never did that when he's on my fantasy team, but I'll take But the Cardinals have a chance of making the equalizer and tying this game at 10. Connor was originally stopped, but then it was able to find a hole and score. But
yeah, well, he ran into. This is one of those things where
Darnold got in.
Yeah. Ooh.
Aaron Donald got back in again.
Bam. Donald was just slightly off on his angle. Just ever so slightly off on his angle, Donald was, which was more about, that. Whew.
You watch the replay, Williams on the Rams. You can see him jump up and down in frustration on that as they go back to Tecmo Bowl, ESPN Tecmo Bowl in this case. Loving it.
Espen Bowl,
yes. ESPN had a few football games in there too. So I'm going to pop out for a quick sec. So you're in charge?
Okay. I love it you leave me out when there's no game. So, yeah, tie game. I love that. Heading towards the end of the second quarter. So 4-minute drill for Stafford. As we've mentioned, Stafford is a losing record against teams with winning record, and he's never beaten a team this far over 500. So this is a bit of a challenge. I don't think he's ever had this level of weapons before. OBJ is playing like a second receiver, if not number one receiver. Cooper Kupp is playing like the best receiver in the NFL. Van Jefferson is not a bad third option. And we've seen Sony Michel just physically abusing this Cardinals defense so far. So are they going to be able to go ahead and do something? Probably have the ball at the 25-yard line, 75 yards to go in 3 minutes is certainly reasonable. They'll have to be a little more aggressive passing the ball. So it will be a slight test for Stafford. He has thrown the ball 13 times for 64 yards. Not great. Not even 6 yards per attempt. Barely 5 yards per attempt. Not just under 5 yards per attempt. Not a great number, but still high completion percentage. Michel, who has been 7 rushes for 52 yards. That, on the other hand, that's great numbers. But is that enough numbers that you can try to run the ball over 3 minutes and 20 seconds when he needs points on the board? And Cardinals, I believe the Cardinals are getting the ball back. I believe it's the Cardinals. Scott will have to correct me on that. I think he said the Cardinals, but it's the Rams getting the ball.
The Rams get the ball back, and they just had the kickoff here. Okay. But they're showing the replay of Donald having Connor in the grasp, but just not enough. So
he just had the slightly wrong, and he busts through.
Dude.
And as he has to move to take the angle, he can't completely scrape down the line.
And by the way, you're going to see him without a shirt on right now. And that's not a steroid baseball look there. We're a couple seconds behind, but holy Hannah. That's slightly better physique than what I've got to offer here. So, but first down and 10 at the 30-yard line for the Rams. Quick handoff to Sony Michel, who picks up maybe half a yard at this point. But we're now closing in on sub 3 minutes on the first half. So again, relatively fast-moving first half at this point. So,
ooh, see now that's the thing. You're going to try to run the ball.
That one, I'm going to say the Packs won yesterday, but I don't think they're going to win today. On the plus side, the Packers will not lose today either. So.
I got the Packers scoring 0 points today.
You know what? I think you might be right on that. But the Packs did what the Packs do, and they pretty much ran away with that game. It was interesting initially, but by that second half, they did to the Bears what they've been doing historically throughout the last 10 years. So, quick little sidearm pass by Stafford picks up maybe about 5, so it sets about a 3rd down and 3, 3rd down and 4. But the Packs right now, their entire season, their entire playoff chances will be based on their ability to play at home.
Oh, that was a hard tackle.
That was a huge hit, yeah. Aaron Rodgers' record at home versus on the road is substantially different throughout his career. And that is a very dangerous team if they got home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But problems for conversations for another time right now. Respect to Zach. They're showing Zach Ertz right now. And like I said, you feel good for that guy.
Well, he definitely got himself a nice landing spot. Sure. As did Odell, by the way. Yeah. Two of the guys who tried to get out in 2 different ways. We'd love to hear your opinion on them or anybody else who's playing this game, Aaron Donald's body or whatever it is that's got you interested. You can comment on Facebook, Twitch.
Yeah. Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, any kind of BBS, CompuServe, if you want to use that, if you got that going on. MySpace.
FTP server.
FTP, yeah. And say Telnet, if you want to Telnet in. Kids today are like, I have no idea what the hell. I had a conversation with somebody the other day as we're in a commercial break right now, about baud speed. Now, my father worked for the tech division of Motorola for like 30 years. So I had internet access back in the 70s. And it was 300 baud where you had to take a device and put it on the phone and everything. And it was funny because it was like, yeah, back then, you guys, all you had was like 14.4 baud. I was like, nope. It was 300 baud. It would take you an hour and a half to like pretty much load a picture, like a JPEG. Oh, it's hilarious. But it's all we had, back then you didn't have instant news. So my father would log into like Dow Jones to find out in that moment what actually happened.
I remember when I first went to school, you had to go to the computer lab. Like, you could dial in from your room, but your roommate was going to pick up the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you went to the computer lab. And that was, and there it was super fast because you were literally connected, wired in. That wasn't an Ethernet yet, but it felt super fast.
Well, everything's relative. Yeah. I remember spending $200 to get like a 56K modem back in the mid 90s. And it's like, oh my God, this is so much faster. And then I got my first cable modem in like 2001. And I was like, oh my God, 100K a second. This is the fastest that you'll ever need. And now you're like, friggin' A, what the hell? Why am I getting 100K on this? I'm not getting down like 2 meg a minute.
Yes. And I mean, well, let's be honest. Right now, I'm streaming out to you and watching a football game coming in. And I'm wondering why I'm like having small internet issues.
Well, you seem to be relatively okay. But my download speed right now as I'm running a speed test is hovering about 33 megasecond as a download. Matt Stafford back, 3rd down and 4, throws over the middle to Odell, of course, who picks up the first down and is taking off inside the 30-yard line down to about the 26-yard line. So I'm picking up good numbers for my friend Rich. Not my friend today because of the fact that, I'm playing against him. My upload speed was 12 megaseconds. So, got to admit, I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, so Odell is off to a damn good start, and that is probably one very, very happy camper right now. It's been a long time since he's been relevant and playing for a good football team. Combination of those two together is rare for him.
And having a game where he's been one of the main difference makers, no less.
Especially after that pickup, too. But inside the 25-yard line, Sony Michel picks up nothing. So it's starting to look like the Cardinals are starting to neutralize that run a little bit more now. But again, Odell right now at this point, I mean, what's his numbers at?
5 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And a TD. So, he's crushing it right now with that 40-yard pickup. But 2nd down and 10 at the 25-yard line. Stafford back to pass, picks up the completion for maybe about 5 or maybe 6 at that point. But, depending on how this ends up playing out, I would almost consider if I was the Cardinals to start taking a timeout to see if maybe you can stop the clock, get that ball back. I'd consider it, but I guess they're not going to do it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Well, here's 3rd down.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, right now the Rams are burning so much clock just to be able to make sure the Cardinals don't get anything back. Yeah. I would have thought it would have been a decent idea. You got all 3 timeouts anyway. Why not burn them?
I think you're right. Make it give us our own shot at this. Wow.
Yeah.
What a completion.
3rd down and 5, screen pass to Kupp, who's going to be short of the 1st down on this. Now you're going to have to take that timeout. And they just did. So, but now you've burned 40 seconds off the clock, and if LA did not have any timeouts, I would consider maybe not doing it, but LA's got 2. Yeah. So I think that was a bad decision on that part to limit yourself by getting, with the amount of time you got coming back.
And I think that's a massively big point that you just made there. Because what happens if they get the 1st down? Well, then they'll stop the clock. They got 2 timeouts
anyway. And not to mention the fact that you can just spike the ball down. So
right, and So I think it's a great point. It was a missed opportunity by Cliff Kingsbury and his coaching staff. Whoever manages clock should have been on top of that.
Kick is up, and he's got it. So it's now 13-10 LA. But you got 35 seconds left and still 2 timeouts. So you could make something happen. But again, you burned half your time by not taking that timeout. Decisions that we make. So, all right. So again, schmoozing through the first half right now. We're at an hour and 14 minutes on this stream. So we're making pretty darn good time. Got that commercial with Bo Jackson and Entourage again from, it has Tim Tebow in his college jersey too. I guess it's
all Heisman Trophy winners.
Yeah, that's
true. That's the whole campaign. Yeah. So it's got Bo,
but it had Bo in his Raiders jersey.
That was his Auburn jersey.
Was that? I thought it was a black jersey.
No, it's blue. It's a very deep blue, but it's
all right. I believe you.
Yeah, I the whole promotion's the Heisman thing. So.
Yeah, well, of all the people in that commercial, though, Bo Jackson was the only one that had a cartoon.
So far, do not count Baker Mayfield out of anything.
Oh God,
except maybe a Super Bowl.
Baker, yeah, I was saying, yeah, he's got to. Ooh, that by the way, shots fired on that. Don't count Baker Mayfield out of anything except a Super Bowl win.
Maybe. I don't know. He might get a Super Bowl win along the same lines that the last Cleveland quarterback to get one was somebody else's team.
We talked about that with Bernie Kosar. Yeah, when he played for that cup of coffee over in Dallas, he ends up getting actually a Super Bowl win.
I think he started the game.
Did he?
I think so.
Let's take a look. Bernie Kosar. Now, who was the Browns quarterback that played for the Giants for a short time? I'm trying to remember. He did, by the way, he did start one game. Overall, in 4 games, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 102 passer rating.
All right.
So not terrible. Yeah. And then he ended his career with Miami, mostly as a backup. Yeah. But, you got at least one win there, so respect to that. And then shortly after he left, so did Cleveland.
Yeah, well, that's not surprising. So Scott's system just crashed. It does happen. So I will be calling the game. AJ Green just got a nice reception there for 9 yards, keeping this drive going. Here they're showing most career receptions for active players. I mean, I'm surprised that I am surprised by how many receptions Deshaun Jackson has. That he's up there with this group. That's the biggest surprise to me. He has more receptions than AJ Green, a guy who just bounced and bounced and bounced, but hey, who's a singularly awesome skill set in terms of his speed. Even more so than what we think of with Tyreek Hill. I mean, he was singularly just fast. But we have Kyler Murray in shotgun here on 2nd and 1. No motion. Here comes the snap. Oh, steps up, run. It's his first big run of the game. Can he get out of bounds? No, slides down. Calls the timeout.
I apologize for
that. Nice little pickup with his feet for Murray.
I hit a wrong button there. I do apologize for that. That was on me.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Yeah. I got to call a play. I was very excited to do so.
Dude, if you want to call a play, be my guest, sir.
Well, the problem with me calling a play is I would fight you. Not fight. I come in. I'm so far behind. It's and I know that from watching yesterday that I was still behind the stream yesterday. So, you were interestingly enough, no, we'll talk about that at halftime. No need to waste time here, but let's get back to this game
right now for all y'all listening right now. So yeah, but full start on the offense. That's going to set Cardinals back a little bit. So Arizona.
The red team. Let's just call them the red team.
The red team and the white team. Yeah, exactly. But 22 seconds left. First down and 15 on. They're putting it on screen. Rams do receive the kickoff to start the second half. But you're out of timeouts at this point. You're at the 41-yard line. Murray back to pass. He had a good scramble there before. He might scramble. He's taking off. He'll get some of that back, but does get out of bounds. But he's going to need probably about 20 or 25 yards on that just to be able to get something into field goal range. Overall, his numbers are not terrible for the first half, aside from that one interception, which is a tip of the line of scrimmage anyway. So it doesn't look like that overall his feet are that bad so far.
So, yeah, it looks like the feet are just the play calling and the decision making has been to throw the ball. But remember, I don't know, do we count tips against him higher than we do against the quarterback who's 6'4"?
Huh. He's throwing deep right now, and that ball's out of play, so it's going to be incomplete. Listen, interception's an interception, regardless of how tall, short, wide, thin you happen to be.
Okay, I only asked because you said you seem to be sort of excusing the interception because it was tipped at the line.
I mean, maybe you could make the argument that were he taller, that ball would have been tipped, but who knows what would have happened if he wasn't that tall. So it's one of those moot points to me anyway, to say that it is what it is, was what it was, and
See,
that
he
line
did that again on that play. By the way, he steps sideways and not up into the pocket.
Yeah,
like that was the first clean pocket he's had all game, and
yeah, the Rams actually are taking a timeout at this point. Why not? Not a bad idea. They're talking about week 18, the season finale, Saturday, January 18th. By the way, you remember actually way back when they used to do 2 weeks of byes when we used to have week 18?
Yes.
It was a bad idea when each team had 2 byes for a regular season. So it's just weird to see
a week 18. It was a bad idea.
It slowed down the league a little bit. To have 2 breaks on your favorite team. And I think that's what a lot of the players were complaining about, and the fans too.
I don't know if I don't know that the players complained about it as much as the fans did, but I think if you're the NFL, that's the way. I mean, look, that would have gotten you an extra week without making your players play an extra game.
Yeah. But it dragged out the season a little bit too long, and I think that's what people are arguing about. Kyler Murray does pick up another first down, but with 1 second left, I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do.
Oh well, I'm just thinking of the Hail Murray right now from last year. I'm sure we're about to see a
they're sending out Matt Prater to that's plausible. He's at a 53-yarder. I think that's easily doable in this particular case. So he did
made a 54-yarder, right?
He made a 53-yarder before, but I guess he got just enough yards. Credit to Murray on that, getting just enough yards to make this a field goal worthy attempt. Kick is up, and it is. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah.
Another 10 yards or something. So again, I'm really hoping to get like a 67-yard kick, field goal. Something bigger than like 53 yards. It only happened at halftime or the end of the game, but we are due and we need a 70-yard field goal. We really do.
On that 70-yard field goal, Dream, I'm going to leave you to do the beginning of the recap here while I get a quick.
By myself. So, all right. So basically, we got a good one so far. It's 13-13 at halftime right now. The spread on this was a 3-point spread in favor of Arizona. Historically speaking, Matt Stafford has never succeeded well against A, teams above 500, and B, he has never won a game against teams above 500 with 5 games above 500, which in this case with Carolina, the Cardinals being 10-2. Don't tell Obie I just did that again. He has never beaten a team that is 5 games above 500. So it's curious to see what he's able to do for the second half. But for the first half, 12 for 17, 118 yards. And, by comparison, Kyler Murray, 15 for 23 yards, 168 yards passing, and 1 interception. Sony Michel has been solid. Kyler Murray has been good in the running game. And I'm liking overall what's happening on both sides of that fence. As for you guys, drop us a message, thoughts, comments, ideas, compliments, or complaints. Let us know in the comments what you think, wherever you guys happen to be right now. I see the numbers. I see where you guys are right now. So, drop us a comment. Who do you think are going to win? Do you like the show? Do you hate the show? Do you have suggestions for the show? Or are you going to be like that guy last night from Australia who's like, here, have more money, which, by the way, is always a nice perk for these kind of shows when he's like, here, have a donation. So feel free to donate money. It's Christmas time. If you got the money to spend, we can basically give that money to charity. So, but in this case, like I said, it's right now a good one, 13-13. The Rams are going to get the ball to start the second half. And so far, I think it's a little closer than people expected this to be. And I, for one, am really curious. Additionally, I will say that now that we're in halftime, we're only an hour plus into this game. So it has been a very quick moving affair. And I got to admit, I really like that kind of a setup. This is beneficial to a lot of people who, frankly, have a work night watching this on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, it doesn't really matter near as much because it's only not even 7 o'clock at night over there. But welcome back, good sir.
Oh, I did not realize that the person I just realized the person who tipped the pass was, in fact, Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I know. He's he is having one hell of a game for the Rams today. Both sacks, that tip pass, which turned into an interception, which in some ways did somewhat change the dynamic of that first half a little bit. But yeah, so far solid.
I mean, that turnover as of right now stands as a difference in this game.
So
both these teams, other than the first 3-and-out drive, both these teams have scored on every drive. Sorry, that turnover into 3-and-out. These teams the defenses have not been stopping each other, although Donald has played a major part in the game in disrupting things. He hasn't been able to stop them. So, yeah, that tip is the biggest play in the game right now. That's looming incredibly large.
Oh, yeah. But so far, like I said, at this point, it's been a fairly even affair. Arizona does lead Titan 17-12. Red zone 1 for 2. Penalties, very low penalties, by the way, which is a nice benefit. Unlike that one Thanksgiving game where, 168 yards of penalty yards on both sides, something ridiculous number like that. Yes. Kind of really just bogs the game down. That's part of the reason why this game has been so smooth moving. There's only been 4 penalties throughout the entire game. So,
absolutely, yes, and that you're talking about this year's Cowboy game, which was unwatchable. Yes, that was one of the worst Thanksgiving experiences I've ever seen. It was
not a good game here. So, but
as a matter of fact, I was with my cousin, who a fan of ours, Fan Jexter, for Thanksgiving.
Yes, I know Fan Jexter.
Yes, who is a bit of an Eagles fan. I play fantasy football with him, and he will not draft, trade for, or do anything with the Dallas Cowboys. He would rather lose. So
he'd rather lose than have Dak or Ezekiel Elliott.
You're right, exactly. So here he was rooting for the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I was like, what's going on? And apparently he's in another pool where he just really needed to win very badly and had picked the Cowboys to win. And it made for quite an interesting Thanksgiving, and probably for all you Cowboy fans out there, the reason that they lost.
I was going to say desperation makes strange bedfellows.
Yes. Yes, it does.
So, by the way, the word just came down that at Las Vegas will be hosting Super Bowl 58. So that doesn't surprise me too much with them having a new stadium and everything. That was just a matter of time. I would love to see one back in New Jersey again, though. I really think it went pretty well the first time around. I think we need another one in Jersey.
Yeah, I think might have to go to figure out how to get myself to the Las Vegas Super Bowl. I'm a big fan of Vegas.
You do it. If you get yourself to Las Vegas for that Super Bowl, we will figure out a way to promote that like hell. I will figure it out.
I think it's time. It is time for it's time for me to start becoming a writer.
Dude, fine. Like I said, we've got presses coming in next year for Stream Punk Entertainment. So again, I've been down this road, press passes and, luxury suites and free eats and all this kind of stuff is a friggin' blessing, dude. It's weird. I've sort of become like a mild connoisseur of like which stadiums are better as far as the free food that they give you. Subaru Park was not bad. It wasn't a whole lot of options, but the Parmesan crusted macaroni was phenomenal. And you could have, beef or chicken, cheesesteaks that you can make. That was all that they had for us on the press side of it. So it was like, okay, it was great tasting. But when you go to like Yankee Stadium, you got chicken and parm, sausage and peppers, burgers, chicken sandwiches, ice cream machine. You got all these kind of things. And it's like, you kind of like, that's the level of where it's at on the press side of it. And it's like, you almost become like a press buffet snob and be like, well, this wasn't that bad. It was okay. I mean, but there wasn't a whole lot of options on it. If this was like Food Network, it's like, yeah, I would give your food like a 7 just on the variety. Taste was 9. Taste was 9.5. It was great, but there wasn't a whole lot of options going on there. But I'll deal with it if I have to.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. So
wasn't a whole lot of options. That will be something I will recall you saying for some time now.
I'm losing you for a quick second there.
Options.
So
there goes Kamara. Kamara came back very nicely.
Yes, he did. Yeah, that was obviously he's going up against a Jets team. If Brandon was on this show, we'd would not be talking Jets right now. No, I don't think he can handle that. I put him gun to his head yesterday and asked him, if the Patriots play Tom Brady, which is possible for a Super Bowl, who do you root for? And I would rather not say on air what he said on air, but suffice it to say he would probably have to go with Tom Brady. But boy, by like a hair's length of which team he's going to pull for there.
Yeah, well, since I am not feeling that Super Bowl. And I don't mean I'm not feeling that Super Bowl from the one I want to watch. I think Thursday night's winner will be representing the AFC.
So you're saying the Chargers or the Chiefs? Well, Chiefs, I can see that, but the Chargers, that's a gutsy move right there.
Yeah, I feel like, wow, watching him play. I'm not as worried about. I know that we've had this conversation about quarterbacks, and they have to go have one playoff run before they make this. I'm not worried about that. I'm not buying that. So I think that we can see Kyler Murray versus. I think we could be seeing a whole new set of quarterbacks, and Kyler Murray versus Justin Herbert. But I just feel like if they win, that's the game that gets you rolling and gets you moving. I don't think they have anyone left after they play Kansas City. Denver and the Raiders, I don't think are there. I don't think they're there. Now you have to beat Kansas City to prove that you're there, and then you can roll it on out.
So, but I don't know. I don't think Kyler Murray and entourage can reach the Super Bowl yet. Maybe another year. But for this year, I don't think so. Again, I think that really goes through Tampa. Tampa, I think, has a 32% chance of winning the Super Bowl this year. Is what their numbers are at. Tampa or Green Bay, whichever team gets home field advantage, I think has a ridiculously high shot of getting the Super Bowl. Tom Brady has like an 84% win percentage at home for his career, and Aaron Rodgers is even better. And one of those teams, I think, will probably be 1 or 2 this season. I don't know. We still have 5 games left here.
Yeah, so I mean, right now, Packers and it's impressive that 538 has the Patriots over the Chiefs, but underneath the Chiefs, they have the Chargers. And if the Chargers beat the Chiefs, recalculating. They do jump up to 11. They jump up above the Chiefs, but still lower than the Patriots.
All right, fair enough. So let's move that back over. So, by the way, they just had a commercial for Disney Plus, and of all the Star Wars movies that they could have used, they decided to use Last Jedi as the reason to plug Disney Plus. I'm pretty sure they could have figured out a better movie than that one all the way through, but that's just my take.
So I am an unabashed lover of The Last Jedi.
All right, I'm going to basically disconnect you right now. Don't mind me.
I love it.
Listen, it's a good movie, but it's a terrible sequel.
I am, first of all, you're right. Number one, if that movie did not say Star Wars on it, the movie that Rian Johnson made, if it didn't say Star Wars on it, would have been fantastic. You wouldn't have questioned why the Princess Leia all of a sudden has magic powers. When people have magic powers, what would you be like? You wouldn't have been like, oh, now we're worrying about fuel. We've never worried about fuel before. And the people who complain about the science fiction of the bombs dropping, like the first movie, 10 minutes in, he did the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. Took him 12 movies to figure out, let's make it a black hole so the parsec could be a unit of distance that he can do shorter. But it was a great movie to begin with. And the Star Wars problems are real problems, but they're not that bad. I mean, Luke, if you have to move you can either keep Luke as your hero or make him the wizened wizard who has to die. Those were your two choices.
Well, the original version that was existing, I forget if it was J.J. Abrams' original vision or George Lucas's vision, is that it was going to center around Luke's family. His wife and his kids were going to be heavily involved in like the original script. And Rian Johnson's like, do it my way. And I think that's part of the
wait. That was the original novels.
No. I know Dark Empire, and I know the quote unquote expanded universe. No, the stuff with the expanding universe and all that kind of stuff. No, with Ben Skywalker, the son. No, this was the original version, by my understanding. I remember getting a script reading of it. I think it was Star Wars Theory that did it. That centered around what J.J. Abrams had wanted the original script to be in the storyline. Luke ultimately died, and that's the way it was going to go. But Rey was going to get assistance from Luke's two kids to take on Kylo Ren and Snoke and the rest of them.
Okay.
That was the original plan, and they're like, no, we're going to make him curmudgeon-y, and obviously Mark Hamill had a massive problem with some of the issues, but had to just keep going through it anyway, to the point that Disney was like, stop bitch slapping our film here. Cardinals, by the way, had the kickoff at this point, but I'm always curious because, like I said, the original script read of that one and also the Colin Trevorrow version of Episode 9 are vastly different from what we got.
Well, I can't imagine that there wasn't somebody who wrote a better Episode 9.
Well, in this case, the Colin Trevorrow version would be the fact that Ben Solo does not come back to the light. He is the unabashed ruler, and it's about taking him down. So.
Yeah, I mean...
There was no Palpatine in that version either.
That's the problem. So if you don't like what Rian Johnson did, and then you tried to... Then you just made things worse.
Yeah.
And
like 25-yard line.
I'm not going to go down this sci-fi hole right now because we're a football show.
I'm bringing you on Tales from the Film Set so we can just gripe about this one. Because believe me, Ryan and JT especially would definitely have opinions on that would match you. And I think you could hold your own pretty well with them. So
and then the next one is, and now then you got to be worried about when Moffat goes to not Moffat,
Russell T.
Yeah, but Russell T goes to course correct. How badly he still you can't.
Is he going to completely undo Timeless Children in Doctor Who? I don't know, but yeah, in Doctor Who. Now I'm a couple episodes behind, so I just finished The Village of the Angels, which was a fantastic episode, the best one of Jodie Whittaker's era. I love that episode. That was like the one we've been waiting for the entire time, where it's like, holy shit, he can actually write. Supposedly it all drops after that, I've heard, but I don't know how far does Russell T end up, like retconning out the Timeless Child thing and the story arc. Who knows? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. We got a new movie coming out, or mini movie coming out on New Year's Eve also. But I'll get caught up on that before that's said and done. So. Right now, the Rams are off to a little bit of a sluggish start, second down and 8 at this point, 14-16 left in the third quarter. What's that?
And they take a timeout.
Yeah, they did. They were forced to take a timeout in the first minute, which is never really a good sign. If you're coming out of the gate that sluggish. Odell, 4 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown. You're welcome, Rich Maxib. He's on your team. I needed Kyler Murray, and right now you're outperforming me big time. All right, 26.5-yard line, second down and 8, shotgun and under center. Screen pass over to Cooper Kupp, who picks up about 6 of it. So setting up a third down and 2, not terrible. But good chance now for Arizona to be able to stop this and get the ball back quickly. Flag on the play, though. So we are going back to the official, who is not built like a hockey. And what do we got? Pull him away. Personal foul on the defense. I guess roughing the passer, maybe.
What else would it be? Yeah. Watching a lot of football. That's what that is.
Typically, yeah. But that would be a terrible penalty to take right there. And let's see. Oh, it's on Kupp. I guess. Oh yeah, it's a late hit. It's absolutely a late hit by Simmons. He could have gotten his elbow out of the way, but he threw an elbow into Kupp's head there, and he could have avoided that arm if he wanted to. He could have gotten that arm up and out of the way, but he chose not to. So, yeah. Easy first down. 48-yard line, 13:45 left. And Stafford with a rollout. Stafford basically throwing right down the middle. And we have another score. That's a big touchdown right there. Holy heck. So big, like 52-yard pass to Van Jefferson for the touchdown. And now Arizona's up by a touchdown.
All right. All right.
Is it possible? Could Matt Stafford actually find a way to beat a team with a record 5 games over 500? He has never done that in his career. Oh, curious now.
Now we're going to see what we got from. It's a very hard fantasy day for me today. Just saying, just too many games I'm trying to follow for myself.
And it is good. LA is up 20-13 right now. 13:36 left. That is a quick way to strike, make an impact on this defense. And it is now up to Kyler Murray, who's been hit or miss today. Can he rebound? We'll find out after this.
Yeah,
we need our own jingle there. We'll find out.
We have one. We got to take that Fast Five music and add it in.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, I don't know. I found that somewhere. I don't remember where I found that from. It was, yeah. So when I went back to broadcasting school, I downloaded like 60 literal gigs of like royalty-free music. Because I'm like this. I just brought in the external drive and just like go to town on this.
Gotcha. Go Pack, go.
So,
all right, I'm within 11 points now in this lead. Ooh.
Let's see where I stand right now on my side of the fence. So, I have a 4% chance of winning. I'm currently behind by 25 points. Kyler Murray does have a respectable 10 points, but Odell Beckham has 14.4. So if Odell was off the scoreboard entirely, I'd have a much better shot here. But Odell is a happy dude, so try to give me Sunday's video by Thursday, Friday the latest. I need more time. Okay. Our editor extraordinaire, Mr. Josh, was giving me the edict of when he needs videos, rough cuts for. So I shall make that happen, sir.
So, yeah, and the league that I didn't think I could win, that I didn't need to win, apparently a few years ago, remember, I'm in Dynasty, so a few years ago, I went in big on OBJ shares, and he's been benched all season, but just because of various buys, I played him in like 3 of my leagues. I'm like, all right, it's time to put him in.
Well, his
big week.
His career went downhill, the second I drafted him. Because that's what usually happens. I draft the guy, he gets injured. And it was the year that he was out for pretty much the entire year. And it screwed up my fantasy league, screwed up his career. Eventually, he went over to Cleveland and became a complete ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that was you.
That was me. Totally on me. Blame me, Giants fans. It's my fault. Mea culpa. I'm sorry. The least I can do is die with you. So we're coming back from the commercial break in a minute. I just want to point out, I saw a casting notice today for a reality show. Reality shows are going downhill faster than ever. And what they needed people with very strong political and social beliefs, hardcore and passion fired up, to spend 25 days together on a raft.
On a raft?
Yeah, sitting together on a raft. Yesterday, I saw one that had people that spent 30 days in solitary confinement. This is, by the way, the new level of where reality television is going. But casting notices went out. It's public. I can talk about it. I will not be doing either, by the way. Yeah. I could do 30 days in solitary, though. I'm pretty sure I could. For $10,000, yeah, I could do it.
I don't think you can do the other one because I don't think of you as someone with strong political.
I'm boring. I have the political equivalent of Switzerland here, It's like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. So solitary 30 days, I think I could probably pull it off. But
no, you would not.
You think so?
Oh, boy.
Dude, I talk to myself all the time. I'm my own best friend.
Yeah.
The basis of Zen is that your mind is your own best friend. So
yeah. It's one thing to be the basis. It's another thing to actually have to live it.
Yeah, but $10,000 for anybody who gets their 30 days. So you got to think about
That's it. Oh my God! I would don't. I wouldn't even pretend that I could do that.
But anyway, 2nd down and 10 at this point. Murray back to pass. He did have a screen pass that went nowhere, but that ball is tipped and another pick. Oh God! Yeah, and inside about the 6-7 yard line at this point. The Rams are taking it away, and Murray with another pick right now in a crucial moment. Can Matt Stafford pull that
tackling himself?
What's that? Say again?
At least Murray's doing the tackling himself.
Dude. But could the Rams take their record to 9-4 and cut into the Arizona Cardinal lead? They stepped out of bounds prior to that tackle. So,
and then you start to talk, right? Because if that happens, all of a sudden you're like, well, wait a second. What about that Cowboy team? That defensive line looked pretty good. Micah Parsons is an animal. Is that going to be a problem for them?
But like I said, my prediction was either Green Bay or Tampa would be the 1-2 seed there. And right now you could see that happening with the game like today right now. Murray's feeling it. He's going to be under pressure pretty soon, especially if the Rams get 7.
Well, if they lose this game, they lose the tiebreaker to the Packers straight up. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they got going on with.
And by the way, you want to take a guess who had that interception?
It wasn't Sam Darnold.
It wasn't Sam Darnold, no, but you're close.
It was Aaron. It wasn't Aaron Donald, was it?
Yes, it was. Second interception of the day. That man right there.
I saw the replay. Larry Floyd had the interception, not Sam Darnold, not Aaron Donald.
Right now, it's tackle for loss. Sorry, my bad. You're right. I'm sorry about that. That was that was Floyd. I stand corrected. I am the dumb. Maybe I should have a drink. Feel myself better. So, yeah, Kyler Murray with 1 fumble right now, 2 interceptions, 16 for 25. Matt Stafford over the middle to Kupp, who is just shy of the first down, so it's going to set up a 3rd down and less than a yard at this point. 12-17 remaining in the 3rd quarter. So the 3rd quarter is off to a bit of a slower start. So, but clock is running now, 12 minutes and just a hair over 10. And first down, LA. Inside the 10, first down and goal to go at about the 9-yard line. And if you're Arizona, what do? Do you start going to the pass a lot more? Knowing the fact that your quarterback's already thrown 2 picks?
I don't think you have much choice. I don't know where else you go. I mean, well, look, Connor's been good. He's been good both receiving and rushing. So you're down 20. You're going to be down, 27-13? So
how about 2 touchdowns? Yeah.
You might rely a little more on the pass, but I don't think you have to get scared and just go pass happy.
Well, Michelle picked up maybe 2 yards on that, setting down at 2nd down and goal to 7. 6+ yards under.
Yeah, This is where I don't see Tim McVay being a genius. So like that was a purely that set was a purely running set, and you ran out of it. Now you're gonna put your OBJ and Van Jefferson and Cooper Kupp all in. Okay, well if you had them all in last set, you could have run. You could have done a run. People would have expected a pass. Now look, now you're not even faking the pass. I don't know.
Yeah, pass by the way, tipped to the line, incomplete. Stafford ran it. Quick covered it, but I'm pretty sure there's no way in heck that would be a fumble. You know what? They're calling it one, though. Clock is running, at least according to ESPN. The ball came forward, tipped. His arm got hit.
Stafford felt it was a fumble.
No smart move in that case to go after. But no one else friggin' did. Ironically, if that was still a live ball, and the clock is running, so it was a live ball, he could have picked up and run with it.
I was definitely
one of the most bizarre touchdowns of the year.
That was definitely a pass. I mean, yeah.
Fumble. But now 10 minutes remaining.
Well, they're not going to put it up for review. They're not going to waste the review on it. They might have lost in 2 yards, but I think his hand flipped that ball forward. But that's
4th down, but a flag. So we're seeing what's happening here. Holding on the defense. That's a fresh set of downs. Oh, dude. Cardinals are falling apart right here. Holding on rubber 23, Aaron Alford. So that gives the LA a fresh set of downs already inside the 10-yard line. So half the distance to the goal. That'll put it about the 4-yard line. First down and goal to go. depending on how this plays out. Now, yeah, that's a clear hold. They're showing it right there, but right call by the officiating. But if this is 27-13, and if hypothetically Kyler Murray throws another interception, does that mean basically the fans start leaving? Pass over top and incomplete. Go ahead.
Now, first of all, they gotta get the touchdown. So let's not count Stafford having gotten the touchdown yet. Oh.
But couple with a little bit of a glitch there and just throws his hands out in the hopes the ball would land.
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, there's an interception and it goes to 34-13. Yeah, I think you can say the game's over. But 27-13, I think you're totally in this game if you're Arizona.
Clearly.
You just need a stop. You need to score, stop. And, you have to score a touchdown every possession and eventually get a stop. And so I think you have to go into whatever you
27 or 26 actually.
You have to go into every drive thinking every drive for every set of downs is four down territory at this point.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, now with Cooper Kupp with that catch, so now it's 26-13. Now you're looking at 2 touchdowns automatically.
Yeah. So you cannot. I mean, I guess if the situation works out and so it's a horrible situation, maybe you can go ahead and not punt it, but overall, wow.
I think they're reviewing it real quick just to make sure it was a catch, but I'd be shocked if it wasn't. Yep, they're lining up. They're lining up for the extra point.
That was right up in his crotchal area.
Crotchal. Yeah.
He caught that with his crotch.
Yeah, it still counts. Kick is up and straight through.
It definitely counts.
Rams are now up 27-13. Is there something to what Booger McFadden said earlier when he said the score was going to be 27-17? 27-17.
Well, no, it's not going to be 27-17. That it will not be.
Highly unlikely, but he did predict the Rams would win by 10.
That he could be on to something.
Basically by, if you look at, Sesame Street, it's like one of these kids is not like the other. Then I got to go commercial, which, by the way, I forget the actor's name, but I'm really happy that the guy that plays Guillermo on What We Do in the Shadows is doing commercials right now. Respect. Freaking love that show, too.
I don't know that show, and I don't know this actor.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a show on FX. Anything Matt Berry does. It's a reality show about vampires. It's based on a movie, but I love the hell out of it, It's right in my wheelhouse of like that sarcastic humor.
A reality show about vampires. So like The Office.
Basically like The Office, but vampires in Staten Island, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that makes it better. Yeah. Exactly. You need vampires in Staten Island.
They need an episode on that. What channel is it on?
FX.
Is FX related to True TV at all?
No, I don't think so. Show's been on for 3 seasons at this point. Got picked up for a 4th already.
How great would that be? Vampires in Staten Island getting impractical joked.
Yeah, you know what, Brian? Well, by the way, I forgot if I've ever told you, but Ryan, who hosts Tales from the Film Set, he actually screw it. I'm already knee deep at this point. He's okay with it, but he shot something for Impractical Jokers where he wore nothing but a smile. They blurred out everything that wasn't smile related, but yes, it was some kind of a bathhouse thing, and everybody was in their nature suit, shall we say? Oh
yes, when they had to sing with Murray, that was a punishment with Murray.
Yep, he was one of the guys there. Okay. He was cool. He's cool with it at this point. It's like it was a gig, and listen, I've done some weird screen. I never told this, but actually there was I almost had to show my bare ass on camera once, but thank God the director in this case, Steven Soderbergh for the Nick, decided, you know what, we don't need it. So they paid me the bare ass rate, but they're like, nah, we're just gonna let you go. You're fine. And I was like, oh my God, my parents watched the show.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway, back to football again, and probably as quick as possible. 9:43 left in the third quarter, but a slower third quarter so far. But the Rams are beating the Arizona Cardinals 27-13 as that kickoff happens.
And look, that tip pass is definitively the turning point in this game. They were going down to
two tipped interceptions.
But the first one, you were talking. If you recall, the way you were confident at that point that Arizona was going to run away with it, and I was too. Yeah. It felt like this was This was Arizona's game going away, and now, not so much.
Yeah,
and it's getting worse and worse. And now things are getting. And there's the next incomplete.
And you're gonna see it right now in a second if you haven't already. The frustration on the Cardinal bench right now.
Yeah.
First down and 10 at the 25. Quick handoff to Connor, who picks up again nothing. What is his numbers today? Connor right now is 7 for 19 on the ground for 1 touchdown. So he got the touchdown. But so far, that running game has been more or less anemic.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the Ram side, it's been Sony Michel and nobody else.
Yeah, 13 rushes for 62 yards. You like that a lot more.
That's solid there.
Still not stellar.
But Kyler Murray's been decent on the ground, but Connor's your main guy there. So pass over the top, completion, and who's that? So setting up now 3rd down and 5, quick 4-yard pickup. But you talked about 3rd down or 4 down territory. I'm going to say that they're probably not going to do that yet. They would punt the ball if they don't get the 1st down here, I think.
What do I think they're going to do? Yeah, I think they're going to go. They're going to punt it, even if they get 4 yards. Yeah. But I think
that's what I'm saying.
What I think they need to do. Their defense hasn't stopped anything since the first drive. They cannot give this ball back to Matt Stafford. And by the way, recall how Sony Michel's
1st down and then some. So Connor's been good on that. By the way, Kyler Murray is 6 for 7 on 3rd down right now.
That's why we thought they were going to win.
That's the saving grace.
Because that first drive and the second drive, 3rd downs were like not a problem.
Mm-hmm. I don't have the 3rd down. Oh, there it is. Yeah, both teams are now 5 for 8 on 3rd down, which is very high on both sides.
Yeah, there's no defense in this game. And if you're Tampa Bay or Green Bay, you're watching this going, Dallas is even watching this going,
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say basically, San Francisco, Washington, the Eagles, maybe.
Yeah, it just now
there's a clear division right now as far as basically the top 4 versus top 5 versus the bottom 2.
And I feel like in the NFC, that division has been for quite some time.
Yeah.
And the real question is, are the Cowboys really in that top 5, or is their division just so bad that they're getting some easy wins? And we're going to get a look at when they play the Cardinals, but they look great against Tampa Bay when we last saw them there. So we'll see. Yeah. That's a whole nother show.
Quick pass over to Green for the 1st down. So continuing, moving forward here. I need to check, make sure something. So 7:18 left. Kyler Murray back after the shotgun. It's a quick little screen pass. Picks up, Connor still got it. Picks up about 7 on that. So huge respect there. So right now, 7 minutes for planning. Picked up a quick 7 yards on that. Connor, again, screen passes have been good for him today.
Connor, and he had that wonderful one-hand grab. Connor's been the offense. I mean, Green has some catches. Kirk has 40 yards. The offense has been Connor. Yeah,
the running game hasn't been, the passing game has.
Yes.
So Kyler Murray takes off with it. He's going to pick up the 1st down and a fair bit more. Still on his feet. And turns upfield and trots outside. Picks up probably about 16 on that, maybe, give or take. But 1st down and then some. Actually, no, picks up about 12 or 13.
Plus 5. Plus
10. Yeah, so he picks up almost 20 on that. So nice.
Yeah.
Not that it matters too much to my numbers, but I'll take what I can get. So 21 for 30 for 204 yards, but the 2 interceptions. He lines up on the side though. He is lined up as a receiver. Now he's coming back towards center. Snap, fake handoff, and picks up about 3 or 4 yards. Didn't really seem to fool the LA Ram defense that much. Moore smashing his head into the football in frustration right there. Let me know how you think he feels there in the comments.
I don't know. Was he supposed? Maybe he was supposed to hand it off, and he kept it. Because I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, listen,
he
you
got
still
a nice little. He got a
you
nice
got
little run there.
you picked up 6 on that, but
Yeah, you got 6 on a pretty straightforward play on a direct snap. What were you expecting?
I don't know. But Kyler Murray back in the shotgun again, takes it back, throws towards the end zone, and he's not going to get anything there. That ball was out of play. So sets up a 3rd down and 4 at this point. Do you go for 3 here if you get a field, or if you're down 14 and it's 4th down and 4?
I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say that you haven't stopped them yet. You got to keep the pressure on them.
Some could argue that would have been pass interference, but that pass was overthrown anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered any. But big 3rd down and 4. But again, Kyler Murray is 6 for 7 on 3rd down, 75 yards and 5 touchdowns in this particular case. So he's been solid on 3rd down today.
Where that pass was thrown, that was not something that anyone could have caught.
Yeah, Connor.
And boy, the 76ers need somebody to help out Joel Embiid. Just somebody, please.
You got the Philadelphia 76er game on right now?
My phone gives me my
fair.
And it's just been slow. Maxey had a big game, which whatever, guess is nice, but boy, they need a legit second option there. Anything would be nice. Tobias Harris is not living up to his end of the deal, and obviously we all know what's going on with Simmons.
We should cover basketball at some point. I think you'd be solid at it, really solid. 4th down and 2 here, though. Cardinals take a timeout to see what they want to do, but they were lining up like they're going to go for it. But if you wanted to cover a little bit of basketball here, we could easily make that happen.
We will.
Philadelphia fans are relatively impassioned, so.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing, right? I'm a basketball fan. I'm in Philly. We have a big 76er following, and yet, the Flyers, in terms of the importance to the city, crush my 76ers. It's so.
Well, I was gonna say you had a soccer team that almost went to the MLS Cup. If it wasn't for COVID, you would have.
Maybe. What's for COVID? Hey, look. Like I said, I'm going to save my F1 rant for tomorrow. But even my rant, in the end, these are the ways things play out, and you just got to move on.
So here we go, 4th and 2. Kyler Murray over. Was that caught? No, they're calling it incomplete. But boy, that was tipped, nearly a catch, but it looks like it's going to be turned over on downs. Kyler Murray fails again on this one.
Oh,
boy. Yeah, that ball was almost caught too. Hopkins, I think, had it and lost it.
Hopkins doesn't drop passes.
It was like punted in midair.
Hopkins never drops a pass. He's taking full responsibility for that.
Yeah, and then it was an incomplete. But, yeah, the ball got tipped into the air too, so there was a chance to actually be able to get something out of that and salvage it. But so I'm going to pop back out again. The water's running through me, so I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries.
Later all.
So Scott leaves with 5 minutes left in the 3rd. I agree with the Cardinals on that call. It was time. You need to do something there to inspire yourself, get your team moving. But now the defense must step up. It is defense now or never. You don't even need a takeaway. You need to get another 3 and out, maybe 6 and out. You must not let OBJ or Michelle take over this game. You cannot let Cooper Kupp beat you. I mean, there's a lot of weapons. Obviously, they're all firing right now for the what's the play here? The Rams. Yes, sorry about that. Yes, there are a lot of weapons. They're all firing for the Rams right now, so they must find a way, if you're Arizona, to stop those weapons. They need a big defensive stand and get the ball back in Murray's hands. Should they have gone for 3? I agree with the call not to. The play was there. They got the ball from their quarterback into the hands of their best receiver, one of the most sure-handed receivers in the NFL, and he dropped the ball. So I think that's a great play. It's a good call. It was there. It was thrown for a 1st down, and Hopkins drops the pass on 4th and 2. That's just That's just how it's going to be. Meanwhile, we have Stafford throwing 22 passes for 184 yards. Murray, 32 passes for 204 yards. That is a horrific yards per attempt. Unbelievable yards per attempt there. So low. Third, was that 7?
Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe it's not as low as I think it is. 32 goes into 204. I need to calculate. 6. All right, 6. It's not as low as I thought it was. I thought it was 5 when I just looked at it.
Still a little low, but Hopkins right now basically showing his frustration. No catches, no yards for the third quarter at this point. Great first half, but throws his helmet in frustration. As the Rams have a chance, and we talked about this, to take this to a 34-13 lead. Stafford back, throws it over the center and pick. Oh, yeah. That was about a 20-yard pickup for Stafford right there.
So the interesting thing about Hopkins, right? There's no question who that frustration was at. That was at himself.
100% himself, yeah.
And that should be noted. We get these receivers being frustrated all the time, and then he was pointing at himself.
That was and he knew it too.
Yeah. As I was saying during the break, he's one of the most short-handed wide receivers in this league, and for him to have dropped that pass was just atrocious.
Yeah. Credit to Matt Stafford though, 207 yards and 3 touchdowns so far.
Yeah, now he's hitting Blanton because why not go to his fourth option?
Sure. So screen pass over to Cooper Kupp, only picks up a couple of yards on it, but maybe in some ways, more importantly, keeps the ball rolling or the clock rolling.
Is there offensive lineman's last name Notebook?
Yes, I saw that. Hope Book, I thought it was, but
it was Hope Book.
Hope Book, I think, yeah.
Oh. I thought it was Notebook and Blanton. Blanton's a nice whiskey.
Steph Curry, 3 points shots away from apparently the team record now too.
No, all-time record.
All-time record. Okay, it was all-time record. I wasn't sure about that, so.
Yeah.
So Lamar Jackson's not ruled out against the Packers. Sonny Michel takes the ball, gets back to the line of scrimmage, sets up a 3rd down and 6, but that clock is still a-rolling. For those of us that have a work night, that works out really well.
Yeah. Yeah, be nice. Oof.
Well, I got to be down at City Hall tomorrow at 10, so.
Yeah, I actually don't know what I have to do tomorrow. I do know that my son has been horrible catching the bus this last week. Now, he blames it on Hell Week, but that needs to change.
Yeah.
That was one of the stats I was going to use, Sean McVay's record against the Cardinals, for one of the reasons why.
Yeah. They won 8 in a row. By the way, Stafford takes the sack, so it's going to set up an automatic 4th down. But yeah, the Rams had won 8 in a row until that recent meeting back in October, when the Cardinals finally broke that streak.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a tough hit. That can rejuvenate the offense at least a little bit. But they've had so many opportunities tonight they just haven't converted on.
And now you can say the results match the decision to go for it.
Yes,
because you got them on the not 3 and out. They did get the 1 first down, but boy, you got the punting from where they would have punted pretty much on the 3 and out. You did lose a few minutes, but you're right where you want to be again. You're very happy with that. You're the Cardinals getting the ball back, putting the ball back in Murray's hands.
1:45 left in the third quarter at this point, but again, still down 2 touchdowns with many, many missed opportunities.
Yes. 2 turnovers on interceptions, 1 turnover on downs. And I don't mind the turnover on downs, but that interception in the red zone will always, always hurt.
Oh, yeah. And again, that set the tone because that could have been 10-0 at that point.
Yes. That could have been the...
I thought he said he...
So, as you can see right now, we have the ham holidays with cheese commercial from Capital One.
Yes. Samuel Jackson and John Travolta.
Yes. So my wife is employed there.
Really?
More information I should give, but they got Christmas gifts, and they had to go to a website to pick it. I'm like, please tell me Travolta's on the website asking you which gift you want. Please tell me Travolta.
I just want to point out the first time I've seen it, but Travolta is doing the dance he did in Pulp Fiction. Respect.
Yes.
Yeah, Santa Claus.
Oh, no, there's multiple Pulp Fiction call-outs in this commercial.
Oh, dude, yeah, but I'm saying it's on mute, but immediately recognized that commercial and thinking, oh God, that movie was 27 years ago.
Yeah, that movie's old.
Yeah, nothing makes you feel.
That movie's old.
Yeah.
That movie was the beginning of Tarantino's career, and within 1 year or the other, I can't remember. You probably do. Kevin Smith's Clerks came out.
Clerks came out the same year, yeah, and then he had Mallrats the year after. But Samuel L. Jackson, that's the movie that got him on the map. It wasn't Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park or Loaded Weapon, he slipped under the radar. Coming to America, it's only a trivia footnote that he was in that movie. But Pulp Fiction, yeah.
Wasn't there a Spike Lee movie that really got him going?
I would say probably his breakthrough was really Pulp Fiction, I thought.
I think that's what propelled him from actor to star. But I think there was some work with Spike Lee early that really got him.
It was Snake. You know what it was? Actually, it was Snakes on a Plane. That's the movie that took him off.
Yes, that's the one. That's the movie that made him a motherfucking star.
Yeah, Die Hard with a Vengeance. But it was funny. He refused to do that movie unless he was allowed to call it Snakes on a Plane because they wanted to have like Terror on Flight 82. He's like, no, I'm not doing it. You want me in this movie? We're calling it Snakes on a Plane.
And then,
yeah, we're back at this point. Cardinals have the ball, 27-yard line. They must score situation.
Do the right thing.
Yeah,
do the right thing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, to me, like I said, I think it was still Pulp Fiction that I think got it going for him. And then, of course, obviously, as the really arguably the first Jedi to die in Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. All right, 1 minute and 19 seconds left. Second down and 9. Clearly getting the ball to Connor on the ground is not getting the job done. The Cardinals are 7-0 on the road, but only 3-2 at home. Throw deep down the sideline, and it looks like that might be a catch. They're calling it a catch. They're ruling a catch. Out of bounds. Did pick up a bunch of yards on that. Boy, did they need that one right there to keep this going. So,
Kirk.
So, yeah, more 1 foot, 2. Nope, he might not be. That left foot looks like it might have been out of bounds. There's the 1 foot, and then I would say that is not a completed pass. It's there, and they're ruling it an incomplete pass. That is correct. Okay,
definitely not a completed pass. I don't think.
Yeah, you see it on the replay. That I wasn't sure of that initially, but they ruled it a catch. But God bless instant replay. Get it right.
That was a bad call on the field to call that a catch.
Yeah, but I mean, this is why instant replay is so unbridledly important to at least get it right.
Yes, I agree. I am a.
Come on, Major League Baseball, get that for strikes and balls, please. Thank you.
No, we like the human touch.
No, we don't.
No, we do. We like it to be wrong because there's humans.
We like it to be wrong because maybe, who knows, maybe they want to give an edge to certain teams over another one, and automated robot umpires wouldn't allow that. Third down and 9. Kyler Murray's taking off. I know there's my tinfoil hat for a sec. But Murray taking off, throws it deep down, and great catch by Green right there, just across midfield. That was a beautiful, beautiful scrambling.
Okay, notice he did not step up in the pocket. Don't know if there was a pocket step up in. And woo! Oh, AJ Green remind you what it looked like when Dalton used to throw to him.
Yeah, nice pass. That was just a flick, and it was a great catch by Green that too. So, yeah, that's huge on both sides of the fence there. But it keeps things going. Last play, probably in the third quarter. At this point, 19 seconds left. I would totally say by fourth quarter, this is 4-down territory. They're taking their time a little bit just to burn the clock because it's going to be the last play regardless anyway. So Murray back to pass, little screen pass over, and Deke, and a first down to Hopkins. What a flag on the play too. So who knows that's holding or not. Hopkins and Sean McVay having a quick moment. Holding on the offense. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, on Donald too, because Donald
Who
has
else?
been
Who else? Who else has had an unbridled impact on this game?
Matt
As good
Stafford,
as good as
OBJ.
Michelle's been, as good as anyone on the offense has been, and every weapon has shined on that offense for LA. Aaron Donald has been involved on just too many big plays on the defensive side.
Now, according to ESPN, neither team has actually had a punt return, which I guess is interesting.
There's been some fair catches, but yeah.
Yeah. So, by the way, Lee had one punt for 52 yards. That's solid right there. And Gordon, no returns, great on the net average.
Absolutely.
2 field goals by Gay, so respect her.
Oh, a perfume commercial.
No, I got Burger King again.
That was You're forgetting what came before.
You're killing me with that chicken sandwich right there.
You need to go get yourself one. Just give in,
dude.
Get 2.
I haven't burned off Thanksgiving yet, so
I burnt off Thanksgiving and re-put it back and burnt it off and put it back a third time.
I've already had my conversation with my parents about this because my father, to his credit, brought over a fruit bowl and literally 5 half gallons of ice cream. And I think I mentioned that, and I've gotten most of it off at this point, but no, there's still a ways to go, and I don't think winter's helping me out too much there either.
I gotta say, I just said screw it today, and I went out on an outside bike ride. Like, I have the treadmill inside. I have a really good exercise bike inside, but there's something just emotionally much more satisfying about doing it outside.
You got good weather right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be like 50 degrees, give or take 40 to 50 degrees pretty much the next 10 days through Christmas. I looked it up to see if we had any snow on the horizon, at least knock on wood. So far, we haven't. But yeah, I've got hope on that one big time.
Yeah, if it stays over 50, I might go out again tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, the older I get, the less I like cold, and the more I have hope that it does not snow around here because I have no grass to put anything.
No grass to put anything?
When it snows, and I have a real hard time putting the grass or the snow anyplace.
Oh, okay.
So
I have a blower, and I'm that guy who goes out to my who does the sidewalk on my entire block.
Nice, you're that guy. Okay, yeah, there's a guy up the block with a big snowblower. He does it for us, and I appreciate that. Yeah. But my problem is I have to usually carry the snow into like the backyard.
Oh,
because I have no place I have no front grass to put any snow. So, but
yeah.
You know, first world problems here. Anyway, we're starting the fourth quarter at this point.
But
a fake lineup on the side. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, a real first world problem because the only reason you have to do it is because somebody's gonna yell at you if you don't blow the snow off your own driveway. You're like, really? It's my driveway.
But Hopkins, by the way, with the pickup of about 15, maybe 16 yards, setting up a much more reasonable second down after that holding call.
Oh, staying ahead of the chains. That is the worst thing when you're a defense. You get the holding call, you got 2nd and 20 now. Now you got 1st and 20 now. It's like, oh no, not really. How about 2nd and 5?
Yeah, 2nd and 5, obviously a lot more manageable. I don't know if they're going to do 4 down territory or they take like 2 field goals and a 2-point conversion. Hopkins with another catch. No, it's not Hopkins. It's Cousins, looks like. And down inside the 10-yard line.
It's who? It's not Cup.
No, it's not Cup. It's I forget who those. So yeah, it's Green again.
Oh, big green. Can't get in the end zone. Oh, he falls. He falls. Yeah. So I needed that 6 points.
Ah. But listen, AJ Green has been phenomenal. 102 yards. 7 catches, so no complaints on that side of it.
I've pulled within 5 here. Pulled within 5 of this game. There was no way I was going to win.
Direct snap directly to Connors, who picks up the touchdown. Holy heck. He just dragged everybody into the end zone with him. So Connors now with two touchdowns at this point.
So which game? Maybe I'm not playing against Nook? I got way too many leagues going on here. Is the concussion protocol playing against Nook? That's the team that's playing Nook.
Mm-hmm.
The team with OBJ is playing Nook.
You figured it all out?
No, I'll forget again.
Okay, cool. So anyway, Prater lines up, kick is up, and it's good. So now 27-20. So this is suddenly a little more interesting at this point.
Okay.
I
thought I was going to lose because this guy's got Murray going. So Murray still at this point cannot put together a game that's going to get him another 16 points, I don't think. We'll see. All right. Sorry to talk to myself about my fantasy football.
It's okay. As long as you don't interrupt yourself or get into an argument, it's all good.
Oh, the arguments are fierce here.
Yeah. Well, who knows you better than yourself?
That's right.
Arguments can
Who
be
knows how to insult you better than you know how to insult yourself?
They got a KFC commercial. You need to celebrate Christmas Japanese style because everybody goes to KFC on Christmas.
I like to celebrate Jewish style and just go get some Chinese food.
Chinese food and watch a movie. Yeah. I basically, there's three things here in Jersey that basically, Jewish people do on Christmas if they're not celebrating Christmas themselves. Chinese food, movie, maybe Atlantic City.
I've never done AC. Maybe I should convince my wife to try that one.
Yeah, listen, we dual celebrate. So we already finished Hanukkah. We got Christmas coming, such as who knows how that's going to be this year. But I got to talk to you about that off camera at some point right now. But
yeah, we didn't all that conversation. We didn't bring up how we're going to handle that at all.
Oh. I don't think we're going to do Christmas Day for football games. I don't think that'll work. So
no, not in my life.
Oh,
I like being married a little bit.
Well, we're going to have all the three parents coming over, my mother-in-law and both of my parents as well. So
same here.
Yeah, so keep it light, but. My father has already promised that he is not bringing over 5, half-gallon tubs of ice cream again. He's only bringing down 1, so at least we're talking him down a little bit. Blackish is going off the air, which is amazing how many years that show's been on the air. Was like 7 seasons for that show?
Has it been?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes! I just saw the little girl. Wow.
Yeah.
And the older daughter, she's got.
This is 8 seasons for Blackish. My God. It's like I just blinked and it just started. Now that the show's going to be over, I'll probably binge all the way through it. But I don't, typically I don't do that with most television shows. Like watch week to week. I'll sit there, wait for a season to be done, and then just crush through it. All right. Prater with the kickoff, 13:38 left, and now a 1-touchdown game. And into the end zone. God, every kickoff is into the end zone. It's so boring at this point. It's like, why even bother with kickoffs anymore? So it's right now 27-20. This is the Rams' chance to be able to try and turn this around and get back on the scoreboard again and expand that 1-touchdown lead.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Right. This defense this Cardinal defense. See, I take the time to say the right name.
Yeah, Cardinals, not Carolina. When you were gone, by the way, I think at halftime I did slip out of Carolina, and I'm like, don't tell Obie I just said that. But 13:26 remaining, second down now. No push on that run play, looks like.
No, I'm just seeing the first down run. There was nothing there.
Yeah. Michelle taken for bad of a loss, maybe like a yard or two. But yeah, that doesn't say Cardinals need a 3-and-out big time right now. So,
they didn't get the 3-and-out last drive, but they got a sufficient stop.
But you keep this momentum going.
Yeah.
So Stafford takes it back, throws over the center, and a completion to Odell. That's going to be the first down and resets the down marker. God, Odell's having a good game over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, he's finally, probably for the first time in his career, at 29 years old, finally having the time of his life with a football team.
Oh, I think the year of the boat.
Okay, let me rephrase that. The year of his life on the football field. At this point, like I said, he's with a playoff team. He's putting up good numbers. It's pretty much everything he wanted from day one. And he finally had it happen. So,
yeah. No.
Flag on this one, by the way. So, holding on the offense. That's going to reset it.
I think that was on OBJ.
No, it's Van Jefferson.
No, they got the number wrong.
Oh, did it?
Okay. No, I don't think so. They probably got the number right. I saw they just missed OBJ's holding too.
Okay, well, yeah, they called it officially on Jefferson, so.
Yep.
Okay, 12-13 left. First down and 20 for the Rams.
Now we saw the Cardinals.
It's your time to go on, not mine in this case.
We saw the Cardinals handle 1st and 20 and then take the drive all the way down for a touchdown. So
yeah,
we know that that's not the end all of your chances.
So 32-yard line. Stafford with a bit of a rollout. Sets, throws deep down the left side, and Kupp with the completion and also out of bounds, and drops his ass on the defender's face. So, but big reception there for 30-some yards, I would say. Stafford's having a hell of a game today. So, yeah, good catch by Kupp on that too. Stafford's doing a lot for as far as basically the naysayers go and his previous struggles when it came to a team above 500.
Yeah.
6 for 7 right now. Matt Stafford is on play action too. So 20 for 26 overall. Yes, if you have him on your fantasy team, be happy today. 20,
all right, Stafford, hit Van Jefferson here. Why don't you just go get me some nice Van Jefferson?
But they, of course, get delay of game, so that's going to set everything back again.
But they're in that nice, comfortable field goal range.
Yeah, make it a 2-score game if nothing else. But so available as always on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Facebook, and also on Instagram at StreamPunk Sports, and also on Twitter at StreamPunk Sport with no S on the end because they only allow 15 characters. 10:56 remaining in the fourth quarter at this point. 29-yard line. Rams are driving in field goal range. Quick handoff to Van Jefferson, who picks up, about 8 or 9 on that. So he picked up a good chunk of it back.
We'll take the point.
So 10:37 left and still rolling at this point. So. JD Walker just sent the message about something. So Stafford throwing deep over the sideline and incomplete and a flag, but who's the flag going to be on? So,
Well, that looks offensive.
Sure. Yeah, it is. So, but that's again another penalty on Jefferson at this point. So. Yeah, a little shove off there too.
Yeah, he threw the guy down. A little shove.
Yeah. Jefferson's pleading his case with the side judge on that, but to very clear no avail. So 29-yard line again, second down and 15. Kupp with another catch, but I don't know how many catches he's had today. Bing. But sets up a third down and about 7 or 8, I guess. He's walking a little funny though.
Oh yeah, I think that's just a temporary ouchie. I imagine
he kind of got clipped on the back leg there.
You can just see his legs when he runs. He's like, they got a big stretch. Right.
Yeah, third down and 8, still field goal range anyway. 27-20, closer match than we expected here. And 9:32, and snap, throw over the middle, and Kupp with a quick reception, and now borderline 10-yard line. Ouch.
The question is this. How did why are they back? Why are they playing so well? Why is this offense not sputtering after having had some real hard times where Stafford just looked like absolute garbage?
They have never been able to put pressure on him tonight.
Right.
And that's a big issue right there. He's not hurried.
And if you can't put pressure on this guy who has are they going to be able to put pressure on the other teams you're going to face? Because this isn't about their offense. Are you going to be able to put pressure on those other teams you have to face in the playoffs? That's going to be the big question. We're going to see it discussed all, right up until the Cowboy game.
And further on top of that, what does this mean for Kyler Murray? I always had a feeling he wasn't quite ready. He'd need another year at this point, but you're starting to kind of see a little bit why here. 8:25 remaining in the fourth quarter at this point. Rams are close to making this a 2-touchdown game again. So, but at this point, the clock is more than on their side. I'd almost consider maybe trying to run the ball. They're not going to do it in this case because nobody's in the backfield. But Stafford back, throws over the top and incomplete. So it brings up a 3rd down and goal. I would have almost considered maybe running the ball, give it to Michelle, burn a little more time off that clock if you have to. But hindsight's 20/20. So
I don't think so. I think yes, the scoreboard's your friend, but a touchdown is a bigger friend right now.
Yeah, fair. But
because if you choices, you can give it back to him with 8 minutes and 30 seconds up by 2 touchdowns versus 7 minutes up by touchdown and a field goal. I'd rather have the 2 touchdowns.
Fair. So, but 8:04 left, 3rd down and goal at the 7-ish yard line. Stafford back, and he's going down.
Down goes Stafford.
He's going down and yelling timber.
Going down. I'm yelling timber.
Yeah, I know. I had to throw up, a Kesha Pitbull song in there. I'm sorry.
Did we just if I sing it, is that a violation of copyright laws?
I don't know. It was like 8 seconds, I think it is, supposedly, but
I actually did check on that for drinking from the garden hose, and no, that's actually bogus.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. In my case, it will not be flagged for anything like that because I have no singing ability, so nothing will be flagged.
Yes, and I do believe anyone's allowed to sing a song.
I actually did get flagged on YouTube. Someone at karaoke night did a cover of something. I forget which song. I think it was Aretha Franklin, and it got a copyright flag on her cover of it.
The music.
Like, yeah,
it's the music.
Yeah. If I sang it outright, it's he's fine.
Yeah.
So we'll actually pay you not to ever sing that again. But 30-20 with now under 8 minutes remaining at this point. So Matt Stafford, 291 yards, 22 for 29, and 3 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, statistically, with the exception of the interceptions, has been relatively equal to the task.
66% completion rate, over 7 yards per attempt. So yeah, he's. It's just he threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah, but
2
now they're
incredibly costly interceptions.
Oh my, yes, so it goes. But yeah, you got to go to that passing game right now. You haven't been able to make a whole lot go with Connors on the ground. But you're only down by 10. It is possible.
Let's get this ball deep to AJ Green or Christian Kirk, either one of them.
Yeah, how bad am I losing right now? Let's look at this for a laugh. Probably got me in a 1%. Go ahead.
I'm down by 2 measly points.
I need 22.5 points to tie. So if Kyler Murray, here's the thing. If Kyler Murray throws a pass at the 1 yard line, it gets tipped, he catches it and runs it the 99 yards into the end zone. I think I can tie from that. Because I'll get 4
on one play.
Yeah, 19. No, I get 20. I get like 23 or 24.5 points. Yes, I would. All we need is Kyler Murray to pass it to himself for 99 yards and a touchdown, and I will instantly take the lead.
I need Kyler Murray to hit AJ Green or Christian Kirk, either one of them, for about 20 yards, and then not throw it at all to Rondale Moore. And I'm still not sure I make the playoffs with this victory, but boy, it will have been a hard-fought season that I'll feel good about. especially because this team was really just trash in the beginning of the season. I made some nice moves and brought in the right players and grabbed that Deonta Foreman out of Tennessee. But at this point, if I'd started Melvin Gordon, I'd have won.
I had no shot.
It wasn't even like, it was really just a matter that he was listed as questionable because it wasn't like DJ Dallas or Melvin Gordon. Who do I start?
Yeah, I had no shot in hell from pretty much the beginning, although I made it interesting. Next week, upcoming on Monday Night Football, Stream Punk Sports Reaction, Rambling, and Commentary, another NFC North battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears, who are now 4-9.
Bears.
By the way, I thought I was the only one drunk over here. I guess you were too. Okay, cool. First down is basically the 25-yard line. Murray under center takes it. I'm sorry, not under center.
Drunk on bratwurst.
Perfect. Chill. Connors with another good little screen pass that picks up, in this case, almost 20 yards there. So he's been, like I said, he's been terrible on the ground, but he's been good in the air with receptions. I forget what his numbers are at, but he's got to be close to 10 catches at this point. 7 catches.
8 catches, 85 yards, so 10 yards per reception.
Did it update yet? Oh, no, it's 768 here, but irrespective, he's had a good day overall as far as catching the ball goes. Murray is under pressure, throws over the middle, and it is another completion, this time to Ertz for 12 yards. Ertz has been relatively quiet, but overall, like I said, it's a good addition. 3 catches for 22 yards. I don't know if it's updated. Or 4 catches for 34 yards. So it's solid for a tight end. But they're in full 100% unbridled hurry-up mode right now. They hand the ball off. Hand the ball off to Connor, who gets 1 yard. That run game is not working and has not worked all game.
Murray up now to 8 yards per attempt. So I mean, it's
but a lot of that's been scramble yards. That has not really been yards.
No. Up to 8 yards per passing attempt.
Okay, no, but 8 yards. 10 yards.
10 yards per rushing attempt. But yes, it's scramble yards, so you get big plays. But
another catch over to Ertz, by the way, sets up a third down in about 3. 5:48 remaining at this point. Still down by 2 scores. But third down. It sets up a third down and 1. Murray still in hurry-up offense, about 1.5 yards. I would almost say let him run the ball in this one. But he takes the snap, heads back, throws it deep down the sideline, and there is literally nobody there except an officiating. So nobody there except the side judge, and brings up a 4th down and 1. Now watch, they punt.
They can't punt.
I know.
Well, that was some miscommunication. I don't know who that was to. I mean, I know who it was to, but it wasn't to him. Do I make sense?
It doesn't, indeed.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Classic movie. Almost 25 years old next year, too.
Oh, stop with that.
And basically, James Conner with he takes another handoff, and I don't think he got the first down. They've officially signaled the Rams have the ball at this point. So again, another handoff on the ground to James Conner, and it goes nowhere. He's on your fantasy team again. He's solid, but
I think that's a good spot too, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
As much as I would like the ball, as much as it would help me out if we had one more shot at getting the ball past to somebody, nice little reach with your hand, but maybe if you reached while you were falling.
But when you look at Connor's numbers, here's the dichotomy here. On the ground, forget the touchdowns. 13 rushes for 31 yards, but in the air, 8 catches for 85 yards. But
I don't like those back-to-back calls at
no,
all.
100% no.
If you want to go for that bomb on 4th and 1 after running it on 3rd and 2, sure. Nobody's expecting that, but now you're 4th and 2. The defense is primed for that. A defense you have not run it successfully against all day.
I question the decision. Like I said, if you heard me, I mentioned the fact that this would be the time for Kyler Murray to take the ball and just run with it. He has been their best runner overall. It's only 1 yard, maybe 1.5 yards. He's got the legs clearly because he's put up 80 yards of rushing or 60 yards rather. I'm sorry. Give him the ball in this game.
Totally agree with you. On that third down, you could have rolled him. Move the pocket. Let him decide, do I throw this ball deep or do I take off down? Yeah. I don't think 6 yards, 60 carries. Has he had a designed run?
No, he might have, but boy, it's few and far between.
I mean, I definitely don't recall a designed run, and that was it. That was the spot for a designed run.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got good. I mean, we had concerns about whether his legs were going to be okay because he wasn't running much. But like I said, 60 yards for any quarterback in any situation is a good number. So clearly the legs are fine.
Yeah, and I think most of that was in the second half. I think he may have had 2 rushes for like 10 yards in the first. I think it's 4 for 40 in the second or something crazy. No, I'm sorry, 4 for 50 in the second. I don't have the breakdown. It just feels that way if you can find those rushing yards by half. He started running a lot better because you were concerned about his legs for quite a while. We definitely did not see him moving well.
But he, like I said, the 60 yards all came about from really scrambling. Very few pre-designed plays.
Yeah, I would have to see the. I don't recall a single designed run for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time showing Matt Prater on the sidelines, just prepping for field goals and whatnot. But at this point, this is the time that the Cardinals are going to have to take timeouts. You got 5:17 left. They're handing the ball off to Sony Michel, who picked up a good about 6 or 7 yards on that. So you have to start thinking. You got to start thinking taking timeouts now.
Yep.
But, respect, by the way, I got to give respect here to Booger McFarland. I thought he was kind of insane when he said that the Rams are going to win by 10. And I think, you know what? He was the only sane person in an insane world.
What was his reasoning? Do you recall why?
I didn't hear, but he predicted 27-17. Okay. Everybody else predicted that the Cardinals were going to take it. But maybe it was something in his gut that's like, it's time for them. But Michelle picks up another first down and now is about the 49-yard line, their own 49. And unless there's a timeout call, this will be under 4 minutes. So in case you're tired and you want to go to bed, you know what? You got a closer shot at it. So.
Oh, my fantasy hopes and dreams are going away.
Yeah. I'm sitting at a less than 1% chance of actually winning this game today. All I needed was, like I said, Kyler Murray to throw a 99-yard touchdown pass to himself.
I am literally a 20-yard pass reception away from winning this thing. But it's got to be to Van Jefferson. Oh, I'm sitting here looking. Well, why did you have a big Q next to Melvin Gordon? Why?
Would you be able to accept a run from him? Would that work?
Yes. No, but that has to be 30 yards because this is one of the leagues where I get the reception.
I did those leagues,
point per reception, which is not something I'm a big fan of.
That's what I thought. Siri agreed. Was that Siri that agreed with you or Alexa?
That was Siri that agreed with me.
That's what I thought. So,
but that's what she said.
Thank you, Siri. I wonder if this will work.
The one, dude. So.
Hey Siri, what town is Matt Stafford from? All right, that didn't work.
The same town as Clayton Kershaw.
I just figured, that's a name, man. But I just figured worth a shot. Clayton Kershaw is he still a free agent or he signed someplace?
I don't know, but you're aware that they were friends, like growing up.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah, Clayton Kershaw and Matt Stafford were, I think, possibly best buds, like the two best athletes on a really good high school team. In all sports.
we never really had that in Waldwick. First, by the way, Cardinals took a timeout. They've got no timeouts remaining. Yeah.
Well, we had Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Whoever the second best athlete was.
Yeah, I was going to say we had Dave Fiore, who did we have anybody else that hit a professional level? I don't think we did.
I'm not aware of anyone else who hit the major leagues. I think
Demanda was solid, but he never went anywhere.
I think there was a minor league baseball player who was a few years older than you, who had a brother in my grade, but I'm not positive. So
we were not.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
So, yeah, because you look up at like notable people on Wikipedia, it's like, yeah, there's like one athlete there. I know the football team after I graduated was terrible. They scored like 2 touchdowns the entire season because the daughter of my godparents had to do like the press coverage and the stats on it. It's like this team is terrible. So 3rd down and 8, quick pass over to Odell, who goes out of bounds, but brings up a 4th down though. So they should probably punt in this particular case. I think they got no choice. Okay. Ooh. So.
So yeah, I think that's it. But
yeah, I recognize the name. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy graduated with you.
Yeah.
But 3:08 remaining at this point. They're going to bring this down probably down to literally 0 at this point. I would think. So 5 seconds on the shot. 5 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2 on the shot on the play clock. 1 second, and there we go. Punt is up and takes a little bit of a ramp down.
I have 3 minutes for him to throw to my 2 guys more than he throws it to Rondale Moore.
Well, also what's funny here is actually not only did it take a small little Rams bounce, it took a lot of time to get to that point. So they burned like 5 seconds waiting for that ball to bounce. But yeah, right now the wild card, the Rams are probably going to improve to 9-4. 49ers right now are 7-6, and Washington is 6-7. But also at 6-7 are the Vikings, the Eagles, the Falcons, and the Saints. So you got 5 teams right there, all with the exact same record.
Wow.
Yeah. Can a team get in with a losing record? Yes, I think it's plausible.
I'm going to tell you who I think is going to pull this out, and then I'll explain why.
Okay.
I don't know the schedules perfectly, but I'm taking the Vikings because they probably have the Bears and Detroit on their schedules. The other teams have to play each other.
By the way, Kirk just picked up a negative 3 or 4 yard pass and stayed in bounds in the process. The clock is running on what clearly should have been a dropped pass. So a 2-yard loss, but
so I gained a point for the stupid, and that, my friends, is why I do not like points per reception. I'm happy it happened.
You lost 2 yards, so it's only 0.3 of a point in that situation.
No, I get it's yeah. Ooh, that should have been the game.
Cardinals record this season: 7-0 on the road, 2 turnovers. At home, 3-2, 11 turnovers. They might be better suited to be on the road.
There's another team, I can't remember, another good team who's in a similar position. I was looking at it today. There's definitely another good team that is a much better road team.
Hopkins basically tries to pick up, and yeah, he gets maybe 3 or 4, but it's probably going to bring it down to the 2-minute warning at this point.
The Patriots are 6-0 on the road and 3-4 at home.
Yeah. They're playing the Bills at home next week, I think, too.
Yeah, so are they going to lose because it's at home?
Plausible.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
There's 2 playoff teams that lose at home.
Mm-hmm. Some Bradley Cooper, I'm pretty sure is immortal. That dude does not get any older.
Oh, he's aging faster than Scott Lang.
You think so?
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, all right. How about this? Kate Blanchett's in this movie. She does not age.
No.
It's been 20 years since she was in Lord of the Rings. Actually, for Bradley Cooper, it's been 12 years since he did Hangover.
Yeah, and I definitely think he looks older than he does in Hangover. Like not a lot. He looked like a child in The Hangover, and of course, this Nightmare Alley movie, they're making him look a little more ragged. So,
well, if you go back further than that, he also did Wedding Crashers.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So that in 2006, I think it was. I saw that movie in theaters way back in the day. So, but all right, we got 2 minutes left at this point. 4th down. This is pretty much the ball game for the Cardinals. If they have no timeouts, if they have any slim chance of actually being able to make something happen here, can they do it? Do the Cardinals have it in them to pull off an impossible win? Let us know in the comments. Yeah.
By the way, just to get back to Bradley Cooper for a minute, because it is a commercial break, he looks like shit in those Marvel movies. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
He's Rocket. He's the raccoon.
Yeah, listen, but here's the weird thing. You got him doing that voice. You got, Vin Diesel being Groot, which nobody remembers that he was actually also the Iron Giant before he was really anything before, pre-Fast and the Furious. But, I am Groot.
So I had a female friend, a little younger than us. And so during the height of
that thing with that guy.
Oh, that rapper, that white rapper.
Eminem?
Eminem, during Eminem's height, she thought the perfect man was Eminem's body with Vin Diesel's voice.
Yeah, all right. Now, would it be actually even better if he said family? There is a drinking game, by the way, for the Fast and the Furious movies for every time he says family. Yeah. All right. Anyway, 4th down and 9 at their own 14-yard line, 2 minutes to play. Low snap. Kyler Murray throws it deep down the middle, and I think this is not done yet. Completed pass to Kirk for about 40 yards, and everybody is motoring up to the line of scrimmage. He's screaming at everybody to hurry the hell up and get up there. Spike that ball as soon as possible, but they're burning a lot of clock trying to get themselves organized. So even Ertz is taking a while to get it done.
Well, that should seal my bit. Well, let's not say it yet. Rondale Moore can still make a catch, but I just turned the tide. So
actually, ironically, the Rams called a timeout.
They were not set.
Apparently not. No. Yeah. All right. So you know what? That actually works out really well in this case. But big 4th down catch there for about 40 some yards. Doesn't help my numbers at all, but yeah, they had a slim chance that was going to be it right there. Because this game was, for all intents and purposes, over if they didn't get that 9. 133 remaining, so who knows what's going to happen here. So, overall, Kyler Murray, with the exception of the 2 interceptions, has had a really good game today.
He's had a fantastic game, with the exception of 2 incredibly costly interceptions.
Another throw down the sideline, and Hopkins almost has the catch on that too. So, but sets up a 2nd down and 10, minute 27 left, and the Cardinals are still down by 10. Hopkins, actually, I think he had to strip it from the defender Williams' hands there. Almost could have been called pass interference in the offense too, depending.
I think you were right. I think that's a questionable no call.
Yeah, but irrespective anyway. I mean, you just let him play at this point for the most part, I think. But just inside the 40-yard line, 2nd down and 10. They've been doing nothing with shotgun lately. Murray tried to scramble, and there. Oh my God, that would have been pick number 3. That should have absolutely 100% been pick number 3 for the game and ended this thing. So anyway, there's still some level of life.
I don't like to ever say that should have been a pick, and here's why. Number 1, these guys are defensive backs, not wide receivers for a reason. Number 2, they're usually moving towards the ball as opposed to away from the ball, like many wide receivers are on many of their catches.
But he knew that he should have caught that too.
I mean, he was in position to, but you see many wide receivers not catch that ball. I don't think he needs to.
But Hopkins with, looks like the 1st down, but more importantly, out of bounds at this point. So they didn't burn a lot of time off that clock now. Okay. So still driving. Still shotgun. Makes sense. Got Connors lined up in the backfield too. 28-yard line, back. He's under pressure, scrambles, and takes off with it and picks up maybe 2 yards, but runs out of bounds. Burns a lot of time off that clock, though. So right now, still rolling. Rocking and rolling. That one's not on the public. That's public domain, that song, by the way, I think.
Yeah, so that one's fine.
We won't get a flag on that one. So minute and 13 left, 2nd down and 9. 30-20 Rams right now. Rams call another timeout to try and organize themselves a little bit. It's probably not going to make a whole lot of difference that they keep burning these timeouts, but if
it's
somehow
that they're choosing, I agree. It's interesting. It is interesting that they are choosing to give the Cardinals the opportunity to do that. So Cardinals
to reorganize themselves, yeah. And
Cardinals
if some, go ahead.
Yeah, Cardinals have a get-right game against Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know who Indianapolis is, but they could be 8-6. They have a big win this week. I can't remember who they're playing, but they're playing somebody big.
Indianapolis?
Yeah, Indy's playing New England.
New England, that's, yeah. Kyler Murray throws it deep for the end zone and double coverage, and that was almost interception number 3, but instead it's third down. Throws it into double coverage in a desperation move, but not going to play.
Yeah. I mean, this is where there are stats that take into account game situations, blah, 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 just like in baseball, where this interception would not be as looked at detrimentally to a player as just interception, because what you got to do, you got to force it in the end zone if you can to your best receiver. Like, this is take that chance and
do what you can.
Yeah. Hopkins hurt again.
Third down and 9, and Kyler Murray is sacked, so it brings up a fourth down and probably about 13 yards, and that clock is still moving.
And the clock, right? That's more important than anything else. And the clock keeps ticking. They're
going to try and quick kick a field goal here, which is probably the right move, I think, given the circumstance. And then try the onside kick. But if he misses, that's the end of it. There's a red flag on the field too right now, but nobody's picking it up. 49 yards, kick is up, and he's got that. So the snowball's chance in HFIL still keeps the Cardinals in this. But again, that onside kick is everything. And we saw an onside kick success yesterday. Should have been a touchdown, but that's another matter altogether.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yep. 53 points in this game, too. A lot of our games, like I said, have been pretty low scoring. So 75 points yesterday, 53 points today. Nice. Matt Prater for his career is 3 for 12 on onside kicks and 0 for 1 this season.
And that's a pretty damning stat, because I bet you he was 3 for something before they changed the rule.
Certainly plausible, sure, before they had to have everybody lined up the way they are now. But everything hinges on this. Kind of in a weird way, kind of hoping that they can pull it off. Again, it's that whole come from behind thing.
I'm always hoping, because more football.
I don't know. The Cardinals are signaling that they have it. So waiting to see right now. The ball traveled 10 yards too, so we got 10 yards.
It's free. Well,
and
the Cardinals start signaling
a scrum to try and get this.
The Cardinals start signaling long before the ball's even recovered.
Possibly out of hope, sure. Now they're additionally signaling, and it is officially Cardinals football. It still have new life here. Yeah, a little tiny kick right there. It was tipped. It was not. Yeah, I was going to say 2 linemen were unable to recover that, and as a result, the Cardinals have it.
Look at this perfect little kick up the middle,
and Collins ends up picking it up for the Cardinals.
Oh, clear recovery there on that view.
Yeah, from that angle.
That's probably the right view now. Way to kick it now is up the middle.
Yeah,
you get more people in the middle than the other teams have on the edges. You used to overload the sides.
Yeah, other teams are watching this too. And it was more of just almost like a bunt kick, if there is such a thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of just tap it and run after it. Yeah, maybe there's something to it. If onside kicks work like that with more success, I'd be down for it. But Murray back again, another shot at it, takes off running, stays inbounds, picks up the first down, and gets down to the 37-yard line. But there's a flag on it, probably going to be holding. And here we go. And Holding
There it is.
on the offense. Yep. Otherwise, that would have been a dynamite run there.
Oh,
So
you didn't say you got out of bounds. You said you stayed in bounds.
I apologize. So that's okay. We keep seeing San Diego Chargers.
I don't know who the holder was. I saw who it was against. Like, I saw the guy get tackled.
So
that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
How do you hold on this play?
Well, it was a scramble.
It does. I mean, I saw it happen. How about even? I don't know. That was pretty ticky-tacky umps.
And another flag on the play, too. Yeah. And false start on the offense. And now it's a first down and 25. Do you just start throwing Hail Marys and say screw it at this point? Yep, there it is. There's the jump. So
now, I mean, I don't know what you do at this point. You get a magnificent opportunity that nobody else gets.
Yeah,
not that nobody, as a rule of thumb, teams aren't getting, and then you just literally foul it away.
Yep, but it's pushed them back 15 yards after getting that onside kick. Murray back, scrambles. He stays up. Guess who's after him? Donald's after him. Throws over the middle, picks up Connor for, I don't know, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage if he's lucky. But 13, 12 seconds. They're going to have to just spike the ball here and do a Hail Mary. Or, you know what? Maybe they're just going to go for it. 7, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Here's your ball game. And the hell is that? Oh, he stays on his feet. Still's on his feet. And oh my God, is that how this game ends? And a sack by Donald. Who would have thought? You see, they weren't set. So the entire play was in disarray right from the onset.
Yeah, that was a bad call. They definitely needed to spike that down.
Yeah, just to reset themselves and, like I said, do that Hail Mary. But congratulations to Matt Stafford. The first time.
Donald, they got a sack on the opening play of the game and the final play of the game.
And also they're tending to Connors right now, too. He looks injured. That's going to hurt him.
Yeah, he's been a major force for them all season. We didn't really talk about pregame because we were talking about Mighty Mouse, talk about the return of Hopkins, but he has been a big force for them all season.
Indeed. So, but Matt Stafford finally beats a team with 5 games above 500 for the first time in his career. And like I said, that was just such an anticlimactic last play there.
I wonder how many quarterbacks have beaten a team with a record of over 500 wins. With that record of 5 games over 500 without being at least 3 games over 500, and how many times has Matthew Stafford been 3 games over 500? Like, that's a really good team you're talking about.
Yes, and they go to 9-4, further solidify that wild card spot. So they've got a much, much better shot. We'll look at 538 tomorrow probably to see where mathematically they stand as far as their likelihood of hitting the playoffs. If they weren't there before, they're damn close there now.
To wait till tomorrow, my friend.
Is it already up?
You can put that. There's little flags you tap. The Rams now have a 96% chance of making the playoffs. I don't know what it was before I hit that they won this game, but that's what it was after.
Very nice. So good on them. LA has 2 teams that are probably going to hit the playoffs this year. New York will once again have 2 teams that will not hit the playoffs this year. So,
87 went from 87 to 96. That's a big difference. It really is, because 87 means you can still choke it away, and now you're like, no, you're not.
Well, see, additionally, because they can do it from 2 different fronts: wild card and the outside shot of actually winning the division too. But I'm really jealous of LA right now. You got LeBron over there, you got that. Here we just have pretty much crap. So anyway, I'm ready to call it. How about you?
I think today that was a good game. I will say this: I'm ready to call it, but boy, the Cardinals really—I wouldn't say choked it away, but they blew it when they had an opportunity to make something special happen.
they had the shot. Like I said, you pick that onside kick there, and then you lose it on 15 yards on 2 back-to-back penalties. And then whatever that last play was, like I said, I'm shocked they tried to get that play off and try to duplicate, I guess, the confusion that happened previously, where the Rams weren't set. But no, just set yourself and just know what year's coming and just Hail Mary that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's going to do it for us. Tune in tomorrow on the Sports Den, by the way, for us on Spanglish World Network on Zingo TV, channel 249 and 250. We have the MLS champs. Yes, unfortunately, here in New York City, people are like, we have a soccer team. This was part of my rant the other night on when I was covering the MLS final. By the way, I will be down there tomorrow when they actually get the award at City Hall. So I've got access to that. That'll be pretty badass. Never been to any award ceremony for a champion before, but yeah, check us out tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern on the Sports Den on Spanglish World Network, Zingo TV, and also on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and all the rest of it when it comes to Spanglish Sports World. Mr. Spencer, anything left for you?
That is it. It's a wrap.
Yeah, that's a good phraseology there. So, all right, cool. So have a good night, guys. Appreciate it. Once again, basically, you can always find us on Twitch, on YouTube, on Facebook, and also on Instagram at Streampunk Sports. And if you're looking at Twitter, because they only left 15 characters, right down below, as you can see, Streampunk Sport without the S. So if you can't find it one way, find it the other. It's pretty darn easy. So anyway, for Mr. Spencer over there, I'm Scott Schertzen. Tune in. Basically, we'll be back again on Thursday for Thursday Night Football. But until then,